Yeah, it's just the pickle. It's the Eddie and Webby show, but it's just the pickle.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the pickle. The Eddie and Webby show, but it's just the pickle.
Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our 100th podcast.
Wow, 100th? That's crazy.
Can you believe it, Webby? 100 episodes of the Eddie and Webby Pickleball podcast. That's crazy.
I didn't even think episode 25 was ever going to happen, let alone 100. This is insanity.
Yeah, I can't believe it. We have a lot of people to thank that have helped us along through this journey to get to 100 episodes. Most recent, we partnered up with Volair Pickleball that we're super excited about. And guys, you can check out Volair Pickleball at volair.com. You can use coupon code PB for life. That's going to get you 10% off your order of some of the best pickleball paddles in the game. I love playing with them. You guys will too. Get 10% off your order, coupon code PB for life. You're also going to help out our channel to keep bringing you some of this great content. Right, Webby?
Absolutely. And that code, it's going to give you a discount, but it's also going to help us out. So we love the support. So thank you for anybody who takes advantage of it.
That's right. Well, guys, this is Just the Pickle, where we're giving you just the pickleball content from previous episodes. And as I mentioned, this is our 100th episode of the Eddie and Webby podcast, which is a milestone episode, which means we need to give you just the pickle from a previous milestone episode. And Webby, once again, I'm going to have you guess which episode this is. This one should become fairly obvious pretty soon to you, though, so don't screw it up or else it's going to be pretty embarrassing, okay?
All right, I'll do my best. Let's see what you got.
All right. This one is from July 11th, 2019. Again, this is a milestone episode for a number of reasons. We had tons and tons of guests on this episode. It was the first time we interviewed someone who's not known because of their pickleball playing or passion, but actually known for their contributions in the beer world. And this was our first on-location episode where both of us were live together. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Right away, I knew what you were talking about. It's got to be the live on-location episode that we did at Perrin Brewing Company for the 2019 Beer City Open.
That's right. We were live for over 3 hours. And guys, we're giving you all 3 hours of it tonight because there's so much great stuff there. We rotated through a ton of some top names in pickleball. We had controversy being talked about. We showed video clips from some players. Our podcast was even hijacked at one point where Webby and I were able to stand up and leave and let it roll. And who knows what was being said during that point. As I mentioned, we actually took this live stream and split it up into 3 different podcast episodes, number 43, 44, and 45, if you can believe it.
Yeah, that was super fun. Like one of the most fun nights I've ever had in the pickleball world. Definitely one of my favorite all-time episodes of the podcast. And the fact that we were live on location with all these pros, the alcohol was flowing. I mean, there's a few pretty wild moments, and you can tell some of the guests enjoyed a few cocktails.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely encouraged. Again, guys, this was from episode number 43, 44, and 45 from July 11th, 2019, live from the 2019 Beer City Open pre-party at Perrin Brewing Company. A lot of great content, a lot of great pros. Again, this is Just the Pickle. We hope you like it. Our first 2 guests that we're going to have here today.
2 guests?
We have 2.
Whoa.
Yes, 2 guests right now. Super excited to be able to have them on. First, I'd like to introduce the General Manager and Director of Brewing Operations here at Perrin Brewing, John Stewart. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Awesome.
Happy to be here. A lot of people. This is a great day for it, too.
So many people here. This is crazy. We've never done a broadcast like this where there's so many people around, so this is nuts.
Yeah, I'm used to sitting in my basement all alone, and there's people everywhere right now. This is crazy.
Yes. We also have with us
somebody who I really want to give a lot of credit to for really helping support our channel, getting our name out there. It was last year at the Beer City Open that we sat right next to you and didn't even know you, and now here we are sitting next to you, and that is the one and only Andrea Koop. Andrea, welcome to the show as well.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here. This is my first time on Eddie and Webby, and I couldn't be happier to do it at the welcome party at Perrin.
Yes, this is great. Speaking of Perrin, John, I really want to talk with you a little bit. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm actually a certified beer judge. I'm only certified rank. I'm not as high as you. But I heard that you're actually a Cicerone. Is that right?
Yep, certified Cicerone, and also through the BJCP certified level. So.
You're certified level 2?
Yep.
Okay.
So for those of us who don't know, what does it mean to be a Cicerone?
Cicerone's a program that they have a certified beer server, and then a certified Cicerone, advanced Cicerone, and master Cicerone. And it kind of takes you through everything front of the house, from glass serving, food and beer pairing, beer tasting. It's kind of like the beer version of a sommelier from the wine world. They tried to create an exam that would kind of duplicate that for beer specifically.
Okay, all right, nice.
Yeah, as a beer enthusiast, when I meet a Cicerone, I'm a little bit in awe because from what I understand, what they put you through when it comes to understanding the beer styles, tasting, being able to describe what you're tasting is so far beyond the even average beer nerd like myself that I'm blown away by it.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things I learned through the Cicerone process was, as a brewer, I have a really good vocabulary for bad off flavors. And when a beer's good, you just take a sip and go, yep, it's clean. It's
all
good.
Right.
And then in the program, I had to learn how to describe good beer, too.
Okay. Like what are some of the words that you use to describe really bad beer?
Oh, when you have like diacetyl and acetaldehyde and ethylamyl acetate and all these negative vocab things, and so you're always looking for these potential off flavors from different parts of the process, and when they're not there as a brewer, you're just like, yep, good. And then so I have to learn, how to, instead of saying a beer is malty, how to describe the different layers of malt with the different flavors, and what level of, if it's chocolate, well, is it a milk chocolate, is it a baker's chocolate, dark chocolate, and really diving in. So it was really enlightening for me going through and figuring out that, I have to figure out, I've got all the bad vocabulary, I got to get the good vocabulary too.
So basically, if the word ass is in the description, it's probably not a good thing.
Usually not. Most beer styles are you're not looking for ass.
It's not what you like. Yeah. Well, I think one thing that people are surprised by too when it comes to off flavors in beer would be like buttery popcorn, right?
Yep.
We talked about that's the diacetyl, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And then green apple, the
acetaldehyde. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So all these flavors that and I had to learn them too through the BJCP. It was so interesting to know that that's not what you want when you're tasting that. You shouldn't be having that.
Yep. Yeah, I did figure out where they're coming from and how to prevent those. It's all part of the process of identifying it and then letting the brewer know, this is what happened, what occurred, and how you can prevent it.
Okay. So you, if I understand correctly, too, you were also with New Holland before you came over to Perrin, right?
Correct. I started at New Holland, Saugatuck, and then Perrin Brewing Company. So I've been brewing since 2005. So got a degree in cell and molecular biology, got into the lab. So kind of wanted to become a beer person. When I was in college, they told me to go in the healthcare field and I'll never find a job in beer. So it's pretty funny to be able to find a job, and I actually helped start the program at GRCC with their brewing program, and I got to go back with some of the professors that told me you need to get into a field that actually has a possibility of getting a job, and you'll never find a beer job in Grand Rapids. And it's kind of funny now, Beer City.
Yeah. How many years ago did you say that was?
Oh, that would have been back right after 2000, so before the Beer City, when there was just a handful of breweries.
So, Andrew, you're from this area. So how long ago did beer explode in this area, from your perspective?
Honestly, my husband's a huge beer drinker, so I started to notice the beer scene when I got married, and he's obsessed with it. So we've been married 5 years. I'm not the person to ask about when the scene exploded, other than it exploded into my life 5 years ago when I got married. Because that's what he likes to do, and we go on vacation. He's always like, what breweries can we hit up? We were just in San Diego, and we went to 5.
Okay.
And Grand Rapids is a great place to live for that reason, because we have 50 or maybe even more.
And it's crazy because it's 50 great breweries. I mean, it's great. I love Beer City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what is your favorite beer that you guys serve here? And follow-up question, what is your favorite beer to brew here?
Oh, man. That's a hard question because it's like, what's your favorite kid? Like my parents always say, you always have one, but you can't talk about it.
Right.
Favorite beer. I hate to do the dodge the question thing and say that it changes seasonally, but really it does, because like in the middle of the winter, I think, having a malt forward like our black ale, beers that are a little bigger body, and then in the summertime right now, our grapefruit, our passion fruit goza. It's just when it's so hot out, it's a different style of beer that I'm looking for. So I tend to drink seasonally with the weather, and thank God we finally got some warm weather coming out. So now I've been really diving into grapefruit and passion fruit and our Clear Coast, some of the lower easy drinking ones. And then for brewing, that's an interesting question too, because there's some beers that are really fun, but they're long, hard brew days. But I don't know that I'd want to do them all the time. But it's fun to do, like when we do our barrel projects, our no rules, some of the things that they're pretty intense days. But it's something that's different from the mainstays, and really things you can get passionate about. So I enjoy doing collaborations either within Canarchy or with other local breweries, and it's the beers that you get to geek out a little bit on and have some fun with that I get excited about.
Okay.
Nice. I think it shows my beer ignorance, because my two favorite Perrin offerings are Raspberry Blonde and Mango Clear Coast, and it doesn't change seasonally.
That's your go-to, huh?
One thing I love in the summer, and I'm actually drinking it right now, is the New England IPA style. I've got the Soup's Juice right here. We actually reviewed that on the show last year. And, I love this beer. And then the Gozas also. I love Gozas in the summer. Excellent. So good.
Yeah, they always. I always hesitate to call a beer quenching, or usually when I'm really hot and sweaty, beer might not be the go-to thing, and Goza is the one that breaks that rule. Is when you drink Goza, I really do think it's thirst quenching, and it feels like you're refreshed. And normally, if I'm outside and it's almost 100 degrees out and you're dying, I don't know that I want to go slam a pint. But with a Goza, that's something that I can actually do that with and feel like, all right, not dying from the heat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So actually, I wanted to ask you, because I know that the New England IPA style or hazy IPA style is relatively new in the brewing industry. And I know there was a lot of controversy about it at first. Some people were for it, they weren't. Like you've mastered beer. What is your take on that style?
Well, it's interesting because it does go, some of the ways to produce it violate what we used to consider golden rules of brewing, to not produce hazy beer. So if you're trying to get a very clear, bright beer, there were certain things that you would never do that you now do with the New England. So it took a little bit of like going away from that old school mentality. And I think that was the fun part here, is embracing the new style. And there's a lot of challenges with, not just creating a haze, but creating a stable haze, and a haze that will stay throughout the shelf life of the product and the different flavors, and experimenting around with, throwing hops in places that normally you never would. So, normally in the whirlpool, there'd be a little bit of hops, and now this is where the main hop strike is happening. And during primary fermentation, which, that was just blasphemy to throw hops in, because it was always considered that you have that active fermentation with CO2, it would drive all those hop aromatics off, and then to, find out adding the hops in there, those oils go through a biotransformation, and you actually get these really unique, juicy flavors. And for me, it's just a fascinating way of looking at things that were always never to do, and you get these new kind of flavors. So diving in and learning more about it is kind of what keeps beer fresh and interesting. Is there's always these new styles and new things to dive into.
What's funny? I think we need to have like a 2-hour episode where we focus only on beer, and have John back on, because, man, like, you can just tell your passion and your love for beer is out there. You obviously know your stuff when it comes to it.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
That's pretty awesome, man. So every beer that I've had from Perrin, and I'm sure you might agree with this, I love every single one I've ever had. I'm not kidding you. That's probably the first brewery where I can say I've loved every single beer that I've had.
Oh, thank you.
What is it about Perrin that you think makes it so special, where people love to come and experience it like this? People love to be able to drink the beer. Like, what is it about it?
I think when we try to create styles, we try to create beers that not trying to put your own adaptation on a certain style. So if you're creating a traditional German style or a British style, we try to duplicate that, or we might use techniques to kind of create a new style and make beers that are approachable for people. So we have a pretty big beer list, and the goal is to always have those beers that people want to be able to drink. And one of the tests we always have as we're going through the process is we never want to be able to take a sip and go, oh, that's really cool, but I could never drink a pint of it. Like, those aren't beers that, like, it's easy to put something together. The goal is to have something you can take a sip of and go, and I want another pint of that, and not only struggle through one. So that's always the kind of litmus test that we use is, would you want to drink a full pint, not is it just a cool experimental thing.
Okay.
One thing I like to do whenever I go to a brewery for the first time is get a flight. And last year at the welcome party, it was the both time either of us had ever been to Perrin Brewing, and I think we each polished at least 2 flights each. Yeah. And I kid you not, we liked every single thing we had in all the flights we had. And that's pretty impressive right there. That definitely doesn't always happen.
No.
Yep.
Actually, I think that rarely happens.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of great breweries out there, and I love the fact that a lot of these small ones are popping up. But I'm not going to lie. When I go to a place, usually they have their good ones, and then they have theirs there. It's like, and I don't want to trash on other breweries. But anyway, it's just, it's obviously you guys know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You have very consistent product. Every single time I've had a Perrin Black, it tastes exactly the same.
I appreciate it. The quality and consistency is the focus. There's a great team of guys in back, and that's throughout the entire process. That's kind of the mantra of everybody is it's quality first, the beers first, and it takes a team from start to finish, because a lot of people think brewing is on the brew house and throwing the hops in, but the magic happens cold side through fermentation all the way through packaging. So whenever I get good compliments, I like to pass them on to the team, because it's the whole group of people back there that make that happen.
So you cold filter your beer? Because I know that there's a company out there, I'm not going to say who it is, who says that they cold filter, and I don't know anybody that warm filters.
Yeah, so. It makes it a little easier when it's cold and prevents the chill haze. Fire brew too. It's like
I love that. So I mean, we have to ask you this question, obviously, because our podcast is about pickleball and craft beer. Are you a pickleball player at all?
I'm a very big fan. So when we did the sponsorship last year is when I really learned a lot more about it. With my athletic ability with my knee and stuff, I think I would, probably hurt myself a little bit. So I really enjoy watching the matches. And it was all last year was really hot. Hopefully it's not quite this hot this year at the courts, but I remember having beers and just being blown away with how intense some of the matches, and getting into it and cheering and being that guy that was super into it from the crowd.
All right. That's cool. I mean, we obviously love, the fact that there's some amazing sponsors out here, and we thank you for being part of a company that is willing to sponsor these pickleball events. We need more companies like you who see the future of the sport and really want to be part of that future,
Well, it's amazing meeting everybody that's so passionate about it, and when we have the conversations, it's amazing because there's some synergy there, I think, between how people get passionate in the brew and the craft brewery, the brewery, and to see the way that this event's kind of taken off and everything. There's a lot of things that coincide with that.
Absolutely. This year we have 482 players, and every time we hear somebody who was at the Perrin party last year or a player who played in the 2018, they talk about this event and coming to this player party at Perrin and how that's one of the funnest parts of this event. And you guys can't see it on the screen right now, but there are 150, 200 people here, and everybody's walking by, and it's our partnership with Perrin. Being able to have this party here, but then what we can bring at the courts, the kind of upgrades we do, a lot of it's because of our partnership with Perrin, and we're really grateful for that.
Yeah, there's going to be Perrin for sale this whole weekend at the Beer City Open as well, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we're going to have 98 Problems, Perrin Black, and Grapefruit, and then 2 Clear Coast, so two types of seltzer, mixed berry and mango. So last year we had only beer offerings, and this year we're bringing in Perrin Seltzer, and I'm really excited to see how that goes, especially after a hot day playing pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of over to you, Andrea, a little bit. I mean, you work your butt off. You work so hard to be able to put on an amazing event like this. Not only are you tournament director, you're also social coordinator, it seems like. You're also event planner, and a pretty freaking awesome pickleball player at the same time, too. Like, I just want to tell you, I think that's absolutely amazing what you're able to pull off.
Thank you. I have a great team. It's not all me. Paul Richards, Jeff Howlett, Tom and Nicole Miller. I couldn't do any of this. Matt Loria without all of them. There's so many other people I could name, but you guys don't want to listen to me talk about names for 20 minutes. But, this event doesn't happen because of one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this event so much. And speaking of Tom and Nicole Miller, they were actually the first two people that Eddie and I talked to last year at the welcome party. Like, the nicest people you could ever meet. And just for the Beer City Open in general, it's absolutely perfect for us because, before we even knew what the Beer City Open was, we decided we wanted to devote our channel to pickleball, beer, and technology. And the Beer City Open, that covers 2 of our 3 topics right there. So, it was like a match made in heaven. And seriously, I have to thank you and all the other tournament directors because, if it wasn't for your support of our channel, we wouldn't be nearly as far as where we are right now at this point in time, 1 year after we really started getting into it. So definitely thank you and everybody.
Of course. Well, we appreciate how much you guys bring as well. Today, I don't know who tuned in, but it was Eddie and Webby versus Kyle Yates. That was epic. Man. It happened at the Beer City Open on center court. I'm sure they're going to talk about that later when one of their surprise guests pop in.
We're going to talk about the spanking that we received. Right?
Well, Kyle Yates is the best, or one of the best, if not the best, pickleball player in the world. So there's nothing to be ashamed of about that.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun time.
Oh man, that was incredible. That was like I had to keep pinching myself because I couldn't believe it was actually happening.
I had to keep pinching myself to get in the freaking game. Come on, stop hitting the net, man. That's what I was saying. Return one of his serves. That's what I was pinching myself for. But anyway, we're going to talk about that later.
Yes.
So we talked a lot about what makes the Beer City Open special, right? Obviously, having a sponsor like Perrin, having this pre-party, having Perrin for sale there, really integrating all the things that I love about Grand Rapids. And anybody that knows me knows I love this city. Andrea, what do you think outside of that makes this event so incredibly special?
The people, everybody who helps put it together. It's our baby. We want it to grow. It's grown in numbers from last year. All the improvements that we do at Belknap. We want everyone to come back to the park and say, wow, this place looks great. I see that you added this, and that. And this year, compared to last year, we have shade structures. John just mentioned how hot it was last year.
Yep.
It was brutal, and that made us think, hey, we need some shade structures. And so we did. We raised the money. We put some dedicated shade structures in, and some of that money came from, members of the club, but some of it, it comes from supporters of our sponsors like Perrin, and we're really grateful for that.
That's great. Seriously, we want to thank both of you guys being on. John, is there anything that you want to share about maybe the future of Perrin or how people can kind of follow what's going on in your world, man?
We're trying to think of the new things we have coming up. Grapefruit's the seasonal right now. We've got blackberry coming up. We have a side hustle series, which is kind of our experimental beers.
Ooh, nice.
So we did a Kivik. I always mispronounce it purposely because we call it Kivik in it real. So we have one of those on. Side hustle and our seasonals and stuff. We'll be making the transition right around the end of August, September into our fall beer selection.
Okay. Awesome. And Andrea, what about you? How can they follow the journey of Andrea Koop?
In my day job, I'm a lawyer, and pickleball is my hobby that I spend a lot of time doing it, but it's my outlet after work, and I'm really grateful for all the friendships and personal relationships with all these people that are here at this player party, and then everyone that helps me put on the Beer City Open.
Cool. Well, that's great. We really want to have you back on the podcast sometime where we can dedicate a lot of time to you, Andrea, because you do have a pretty impressive past, and you're also a very impressive player. I don't know, Webby, what do you think? Do you think we should, right now on the spot, should we put her on the spot, ask her if she'll come on the podcast in the future?
Yes,
again?
I think we should.
All right, pick a date. Can't wait.
Yes. All right. Cool. Thank you guys so much for being on. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Guys.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, my pleasure.
So somebody was actually just walking by, and I think he wanted to be our next guest.
Who is that?
His initials are KY.
Oh, really? Where?
He's right there. I I can't tell.
Is that his? You want to come on?
He's on his way right now.
All right, come on.
I don't know if anybody knows anybody with the initials of KY.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to join us right here and right now.
Chris Young, is that who KY? Is that who that is?
I'm not really sure, but let's see what happens.
Once he puts his headphones on, then there we go.
Oh, we can see his hand. Oh, there he is.
All right,
Yes.
let's do this.
The one and only Kyle Yates. What's going on, man?
Well, I just had an awesome dinner.
Yeah?
At Perrin Brewery, and I was gonna head out, but I saw you guys over here, and I wanted to gloat a little bit more. So here I am.
All right. Well, what do you want to gloat about here?
We had a hard-fought match earlier today. You guys gave it 110%. That was obvious, but I happened to come out on top, so I'm pretty happy.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that was such a blast. I do gotta admit though, I haven't played in 2 weeks. I was a little bit rusty. So the game one was like the work off the rust game. Game two, we started to come alive. If it would have gone to a game three, I really think you would have had an L. I really think you would have had an L.
It was gonna be close.
It would have been super close. For those of you guys that don't know, what we're talking about is earlier today, Webby and I played against Kyle, 2 versus 1, and our goal was to score 1 point, right?
Yes, that is correct.
and how many did we score?
So game one, we did not meet our goal.
No.
We did not meet our goal in game one. He skunked us. But game two, that was a totally different story. We didn't double our goal. We didn't triple our goal. We quadrupled our goal. So for those of you that aren't good at math, we got 4 points.
That's right. You guys got hot kind of late that second set, but I did have help that first game though. I had my friend Cam Graver close it out for me. I knew he had a big serve, so I let him come in at 10-0 and fired one down the line on you.
Like seriously, I think I returned every one of your serves. I could not return his serve.
Yeah, the kid's good. No, he and his brother Brian actually helped warm me up for that match, so I was already prepared for you guys. I don't know if you guys really warmed up, but the second game when you guys kind of started feeling it out, we had some good points. It was fun.
To me, it's more about the nerves. I felt like the first game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, first of all, you're used to it, right? You show up, there's hundreds of people watching you. You have the spotlight on you. It seems like, you've had that experience for quite a while. That's very new to us. So when I walked out there and I was like, are all these people here to watch us? What are you talking about?
No, for sure.
It was kind of crazy, actually.
There's something to be said about that because, once you get out there, you realize that every single time the ball touches your paddle, you have all these eyes watching you. Every time you make a mistake, you hear it immediately from the crowd. Yeah. So it definitely takes a toll. So it's so much more mental. And yeah, like you said, I'm used to that. I've been playing pickleball for a long time now, and big stages, and so that doesn't bother me. I'm out there having fun. But for you guys, what was it like getting center court with all those people cheering you on?
Man. Yeah, main court, Belknap Park. The bleachers were completely full. All the standing room area was completely full. After every single point, there was major crowd reaction. The first couple points, I kind of had to look around oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're reacting to us. They're watching our match, reacting to what's going on here. Hundreds of people. It was crazy. I've never experienced anything like it. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was wild.
Yeah. And I live for that. I love that. I love when there's a big crowd watching and every point counts, every shot matters. So that's what I do. So
how long did it take for you to kind of develop that? I'm going to call it a champion mindset, right? Where it's like you thrive in that. Where for me, it's something I have to work through. For you, it almost energizes you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. No,
okay.
I love that spotlight. I like that.
Yeah.
People call it pressure, but for me, it's just opportunity. So, I honestly, every tournament, my goal is just to make it to the final. Once I make it to the final, then you just put on a good show for the crowd, and that's all you can do. But for me, I just love getting that opportunity to play in front of everybody, get to show everyone how fun pickleball can be to watch. So, to me, there's no pressure in those situations. You're just going out there and do what you know how to do.
Okay.
Man, I would love to get in that position to where a big group, a big crowd like that doesn't faze me. It definitely fazed me today. About halfway through, I was feeling it, and it was pretty awesome. But yeah, it definitely it was very overwhelming to me at first. Yeah. But I can definitely see why you feed off of that. That was crazy. To hear that reaction, it's man, unless you experience that, there's no way to put into words. You really can't describe the kind of feeling that you get from a crowd reacting to what you're doing on the pickleball court. That was amazing, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. The two guys we wanted to have jump on here in a minute just ran by. Maybe they'll come by a little bit. Well, so we're here at the Beer City Open, Kyle. Talk about some of the matches you're going to have this weekend.
There's a lot of good teams. I'm stoked for it. We'll start with mixed doubles because that's tomorrow. I'm playing with Simone Jardim, who we've played a lot of tournaments together in the last couple of years. And I know the number 2 seed, Ben Johns, Irina Tereschenko, both of them U.S. Open doubles champions this year. One was my partner. But, so they'll be tough. I hope to make it to the final. And if I do, we expect to play them. But, there's a lot of good teams out there. Even some of the lesser-known teams, like Lee Waters and Adam Stone. I don't think anyone's really mentioned their names yet, but that's a solid team, and they are not seeded. So we could draw them first round for all I know. So it's a very deep field, and so I'm pretty excited about it. That's what I love. Going to the men's doubles, I'm playing with Ben Johns, and we're really looking forward to playing. We won it last year, and this year is several more pro teams here. You got Dave Weinbach, Joey Farias, Tyson and Morgan, obviously, are at almost every tournament competing. You got Zane Affleck, Riley Newman's coming, Tyler Loom's coming. If there's any names I forgot to mention, sorry, but it's a deep field. We got our hands full. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Okay. And then are you playing Sunday as well?
Sunday is singles. I'm actually not playing singles this tournament. I usually do, but I've got another tournament. I'm actually playing singles on Thursday in Chicago.
Okay.
And singles are so physical. If I make another deep run like I did in Atlanta, I can't really walk for a day or two after. So it's one of those things like risk or reward. So I'm just gonna take it easy Sunday. I actually have family in Kalamazoo, which is only about an hour south here.
Oh, nice.
So I'll probably go on a boat, hang out with them, and do some more family stuff that day instead of playing singles. But you better believe that come to Chicago, I'll be ready Thursday. I'll be definitely energized to play that.
All right, nice. Do some wakeboarding. Is that?
Hopefully, I already did a little bit this week up in Traverse City. Irina Tereschenko and I went out on a boat and we did a little boarding. So
okay,
nice,
man.
Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense to get rest before that tournament. Especially, he kicked off this weekend with the Eddie and Webby versus Kyle Yates match. That alone probably took a huge toll on him.
That was my singles event for the weekend. Yeah.
Did you break a sweat during the match? Because Webby and I we were drenched by the end of it, and you're like,
well, it was hot out there, so you can't blame me.
Yeah, honestly, I was drenched in sweat bore the match even started. So
that's from nerves, probably.
Absolutely, man. Cool. What else? Anything else going on with you want to talk about today, Kyle?
I got a long summer ahead of me. This is just the first tournament of a whole bunch this summer. I'm actually not going home until October.
Wow.
So it's crazy. I got Beer City Open here, kind of kicks off a whole string of tournaments. Then I go Chicago. Then I got a tournament at Golden State. Jordan Briones hosted a tournament up in Concord, California. I played last year, had a good time, so we're going back. Right after that, we've got a festival down in Encinitas, California that Steve Dawson and Bobby Riggs is putting on called Pickle Palooza. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not a tournament. There will be some teaching and some pro-ams and just a big get-together, so that's just going to be all fun. But then right after that, I got a tournament in Vail, Colorado, practicing for TOC, Tournament of Champions, which is in Brigham City, Utah. That's the following weekend. From there, I fly directly all the way to France for some boot camps and the French Open with Irina Tereschenko. From there, we're sticking around and going to Madrid, Spain for the Spanish Open. Then flying all the way back directly to Dallas for the Texas Open. Jeez. And then following that is Wichita Franklin Masters Invitational. And then Las Vegas Open, which is one of my favorite tournaments of the year, for obvious reasons.
Right, yeah.
And then I get to go home and see my mom.
Okay.
So that'll be probably October 1st, finally, when I get home.
Wow. That's insane, man.
Quite a schedule.
Yeah, how do you like living on the road? Is it tough for you? You enjoy it?
I definitely appreciate the downtime.
Yeah.
100%. It's nice being home, seeing my friends back home, and just kind of resting and relaxing. I actually don't play a lot of pickleball when I'm home, because when I'm on the road, it's all I do for months at a time. So summer gets crazy. Otherwise, it's usually just tournament by tournament. I get a break in between. But summer, I'm used to this. It's been probably 4 or 5 summers in a row that I've had a schedule like this.
All right.
But I enjoy it. I love traveling. I love seeing all my friends, and obviously playing pickleball for a living. Not a bad gig, right?
Yeah,
so
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's great.
To have the life of Kyle Yates, man.
Right.
Cool.
Well, one thing I really want to bring up is something that happened after our match. something very cool happened with Kyle here. He was gracious enough to give us something
Gary's a good guy.
that I'll never forget. And we got that item right here.
What?
Check this out. What do you want? Say something about it, Eddie. What is this? What are we looking at?
So if you guys don't know, this is a Paddle Tech pedal, autographed by the one and only Kyle Yates. And first of all, I think it's crazy. We're the ones that really should be thanking you for playing with us. But Kyle, the gentleman that he is, the class act that he is, autographed it and gave it to us. So thank you, man. Seriously, that was awesome.
You're welcome. You guys are good sports, and I love what you guys do for pickleball. So I just want you guys to know I appreciate it. And
Cool.
so keep up the good work.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we decided that from here on out, anytime we do an Eddie versus Webby match, in addition to the championship belt, the winner will get to possess the Kyle Yates autographed paddle, because this thing is incredible. And it's definitely worthy of being the prize for the Eddie versus Webby match. Otherwise, we would have to fight each other for who gets to keep it. So that's the only way it's going to work out, is if the winner of Eddie versus Webby gets to take it home.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough, man. That was so awesome.
Had a good time.
The match alone was awesome. Getting that paddle was awesome. It's just, I still can't believe it. Like this, I feel like I'm living a dream right now. What just happened today?
That's so cool, man.
Well, keep grinding, and I'm ready for a rematch whenever you want.
Oh
it.
yeah, we will definitely give you a rematch. We will be much more prepared next
Yeah.
time. We're going to score at least 2 points per match.
2
per
or 3.
match.
like 6 points next time, right?
Like game 1, we'll score at least 2.
Yeah.
Game 2, I see us coming home with a victory. Is that reaching too far?
Well, I think we got to practice up. We got our hands full for sure, but
Yeah.
it's all gonna work. Thanks, Kyle, man. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
super fun, man.
You got it. We'll see who else we can get on here.
Yeah, well,
A lot of stars out here tonight. We just got to
How about
wrangle
this?
them.
How about you just go find somebody you think would be interesting and then send them our way? We'll just chit-chat until that happens.
All right, I'll see what I can find here.
awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Well, that was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, kind of cool, neat. Those words would definitely describe what's going on
No,
here.
that was epic,
There we
man.
go.
That was so awesome.
Yeah, let's jump on here.
Oh, wait a second. I think somebody else is joining us here.
Well, who do we have here but the one and the only Morgan Evans? What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Hey, good. How are
Good to
you?
be here.
Yeah,
you
nice to
too.
meet you.
Eddie and Webby,
Yes.
you two are my favorite.
Oh, nice.
I got to tell you a funny little story here, and that is that the first time I got to do commentary for a pickleball match was back in February at Simone and Chad's tournament down in Bonita Springs there, and I was like, I don't know what in the hell I'm doing with commentary, right? Like, I mean, what?
Yeah.
I've never done commentary before.
Right.
Do you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I started to look up your commentary for matches, and I actually wrote a list, and I wish I had it in front of me right now, but there were some very clever sayings that you had used during it that obviously I don't have the accent that you have, so it wouldn't come across as normal. But like what, like one of it was like it could take the skin off of something, or do you know what I'm talking about at all?
I do have a rough idea.
Okay.
People have told me. I don't always remember what the things that I've come up with.
Yeah, I think it was the Battle of the Sexes
Oh, yeah.
tournament where you were doing commentary
Oh,
on
that was
but-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with Alex Hamner.
Yep.
I would say one of the crown queens of pickleball. Such a delight to talk with. It was kind of a fire and ice. She was keeping it nice and cool, and I thought,
All right.
it might as well have a bit of fun with this.
Nice.
But watching Simone and Mr. Moore go at it, you don't get that in in the real world. It's once in a lifetime. I hope they do it again.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to watch, man. I don't. Did you ever watch any of that?
I didn't, but
No.
one thing I saw that you did that I absolutely loved, you did a Facebook Live video, and it was just you talking to the camera, like answering questions that people asked. I got to tell you, I've never been more intrigued by somebody just like talking to the camera and answering Facebook Live questions. It was amazing. I don't know if it's your sexy voice or what. No, but you're a funny guy too. Like, it was just super entertaining. I loved it.
Are you asking me out? Is that what's
Yes,
happening right
I think
now?
that's what's happening right
Yeah,
now.
don't tell my wife, but yes, will you go out with me?
Okay. Well, we'll talk to her just to clear it. But I'm on. Let's do it for sure.
It was very cool. But yeah, like it's this is a huge honor. I've never met in person, so this is huge.
Yeah.
And I feel like to prove that we're in person, I think we should do a little high five right here, a little Webby
Hey, there's
and Morgan
oh
high
my
five.
God. Hey, Didn't
There it is. That was my hand. That was my hand on the right screen.
Okay. Now I know how it's done. This is serious. You got some graphics and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
We try and do it up, man. So let's
Beautiful.
talk about this weekend, man. So what matches are you going to be playing this weekend and with whom?
Well, I'm looking forward to the final against Mr. Yates and Mr. Ben.
Okay.
We played them this time last year. It did not go as well as we'd like. In that we lost.
Okay.
This year, we've got a whole new strategy.
All right.
Very different. Life-changing. A lot of timeouts. A lot more timeouts. And we're gonna take him out the night before.
Yeah.
To here, the Perrin Brewery. We're going to bring him here. If Ben can get in, then I feel like we got a very good chance of doing well there.
Nice.
No, there's obviously going to be a lot of tough
Give him some
matches.
soup. Give him a few soup's juice,
Yep.
and you'll be
Soups
fine.
juice, baby.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the stuff.
Mine's gone. I need.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not pink.
Sure. Live TV, guys. This is what
Yep.
happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
Only real men choose pink.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
So I'm playing actually with Andrea, the hostess with the mostess, her sister Maggie, in mixed tomorrow. She gets in late tonight, so
Nice.
I'm not sure what time she's getting in, but I imagine she'll have time to come here, couple of beverages, get nice and loose for tomorrow,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
possibly. And then we'll do some damage tomorrow, and then myself and Tyson McGuffin, the machine that has embodied Tyson.
Yeah.
We'll play men's on Saturday, and then he's going to play singles on Sunday. Hopefully I can help out in the corner.
Very nice.
What about you guys? I mean, the real question is, when are you going to grace the court with your presence?
Well, we are going to play Saturday, right?
Yep, we will be
Alright.
doing the 3.5 men's doubles division on Saturday. We are the first group to play, so bright and early, 7:30 in the morning.
Yep.
That's what the fans are here for, honestly.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I feel like everybody, like after our division's done, they're going home. I mean, so
Why would they stick around?
no pressure for you. Nobody's going to be watching your matches because everybody goes home after the Eddie and Webby match.
He gets a beer delivered to him. Oh, that's.
This is
I love it.
this is pickleball, and I think we can all agree the best thing about the game is that everybody kind of feels on the same level. It's not like anybody's making millions of dollars. No one's hiding in a tent or a trailer waiting for their match to get called.
Oh yeah.
We're all out there doing the same thing. We're trying to dink a third ball, and, when it doesn't look good, you just smack the crap out of it. Hope for the best and say, Tyson, come on, pick it up, bud.
Right.
You got this.
And that's what we've talked about before. Like, that's another thing we love about this sport is everybody is so down to earth. Like, everybody is just so friendly and nice. Like, there's no, you just don't feel super, like, even, like, I feel a little starstruck around some of these people we're meeting, but, they make you just feel so comfortable right away.
Yep.
That, that feeling goes away, and it's just awesome. I love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
It's the game they play in heaven. There's no doubt about it.
That's for sure, man. So yeah, all right. So you got Maggie as your mix partner.
Yep.
Tyson for men's, obviously. Pretty exciting stuff's gonna be happening here. What do you guys have any other tournaments coming up after the Beer City Open that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so next weekend we've got the Triple Crown in Simi Valley, California.
Nice.
That's going to be fun. So I've got Andrea Tereschenko. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Andre.
Yep.
Tyson McGuffin and one other person. Coil.
Yeah.
Magic Man. Magic Man.
Magic
The
Man?
left-handed genius. and he's actually a magician.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Some of the stuff he pulls off.
Really?
It's amazing.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Simi Valley, it's a weird event. There's 3 days. And when I say weird, I mean awesome.
Yeah. By weird, he means great. But
Yeah. But it's different. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's 3 days of men's doubles. You got to choose a different person each day and hope for the best. There's no mixed, and you don't realize how much... Guys, this is going to sound bad. You don't always realize how much you miss the women until you're stuck with, 40 guys for 3 days. This sausage fest is not for me. Come on. And you start looking at the refs and you're like, all right, yeah. No, Morgan, no. Behave.
That's great.
But Revel is right here. Oh, she'd be fun.
All right.
Give her a crack, see what happens. Hey, who's that?
Oh, that's funny. Well, comment from Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony. How are you, bud?
That's great.
Cheers, mate.
Well, so I got a question for you, man, and I like to ask everybody. We love the Beer City Open. We think it's a very special tournament. Why do you think it's so special?
My first thought after last year was it's special because of the location. Grand Rapids is just a lovely place to exist.
Yeah.
The area, the craft breweries. It's probably no secret.
Right.
I like the beverage, and I think that's what everyone's initial feeling is. But after last tournament, a week or so went by, and I thought, no, it's actually that helps, but it's the organization. Andrea does a wonderful job, and I know she's got a lot of assistants.
Yeah.
I ran a lot of tournaments a while back. I kind of put it on the back burner a couple of years ago, but I can understand how difficult what she's doing is, especially when you're dealing with the best players in the world. You're juggling a lot, and it's not like this is the only thing she does. She's a lawyer. She's a professional. So to be able to pull this off in the manner that she does is nothing short of a small miracle. And I think the players understand it and appreciate it because she is one of the players, not just one of the players, one of the best.
Right. Yeah.
Her and Tyson, I think, are going to change some lives. They're not playing together in this tournament, but I've heard through the grapevine, and it's a very small grapevine, literally just Tyson telling me an hour ago, yeah, we're going to do all of next year together.
All right.
But just keep that between us three, all right?
Yeah, right.
Let's just
Yeah,
keep it
nobody
on that
else
low
heard that,
down.
right? You guys didn't hear that at all?
No.
Yeah, nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah, nobody's listening, yeah.
God, I've just looked at my thing here, and I swear, in this lighting, it almost looks like I'm losing my hair.
Almost. I love it.
Okay, I'm going to tilt these things.
Yeah.
And now we're good. Okay. Disco.
Now
Much
you can't
better.
tell, huh?
Right?
Yeah, the sun's starting to come down a little bit. It has like a nice haze behind you.
Yeah. If I get head tan because of this,
Yeah.
my lawyers will be talking.
That's great. Yes. Come on in. We have
Oh my
we
God,
have
we've
another
got
guest
Irina.
who's going to be joining us here. Go ahead and throw those headphones on. There's tons of background noise here, so. And we are joined by the one and only Irina Tereschenko. Irina, what's going on?
Greetings, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that nice and close to your face there.
Greetings, everybody.
Yeah, there we go. What's going on? This has been a pretty fun tournament so far, huh?
Well, we haven't played, so
That's my whole point, right? I mean,
everybody's a winner.
yeah, everybody's been hanging out, having fun.
Yes, I'm glad I'm just with Morgan
Yeah.
instead of following Morgan, because those would be very big shoes to fill.
Sure.
They're size 10, to be exact.
That's good. Let's go. What you guys have been talking about?
We've been talking about beer. We've been talking about pickleball. And you were at the Beer City Open last year as well, right? We were actually talking about, from a player's perspective, like what makes this event so special for you guys? Because we love it, right? Obviously we love this event, but from your perspective, like what makes this so special?
Well, it was an unforgettable experience, first of all. That's why I'm here again. And one of my favorite things is the player party that we are at right now.
Okay.
And I don't think there's another tournament. Morgan, have you been at a tournament where there's a player party?
No, honestly, this is unique in that fact. I think there are get-togethers, and each manufacturer has their own little thing at the bigger tournaments. But there's nothing where everybody gets together and puts the logos aside and just decides we're all going to have a good time together. And putting it before mixed, it's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think I'll see too many balls tomorrow.
You're not going to.
Ben's got it.
Ben seems to know his way around the court.
He's got a little experience with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier when Andrea was on, but it was this welcome party last year that really turned us on to the tournament experience. Like, we were like, this is amazing. I mean, we actually didn't even know until after the fact how many pros were at this event. But just even before that, it was such a fun time. It was very cool that the tournament directors were putting on this welcome party beforehand. I mean, it's such a fun thing. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And then to find out that all the pros in the sport were there, it's like the icing on the cake.
Yep. Who was the first pro you ever met at the Beer City Player Party?
Did we even know who any pros were last year?
So here's the thing, right? Last year we were very new into pickleball, and this tournament is kind of what like triggered us to really want to get into it more and really kind of beef up our podcast when it came to pickleball, right? And we didn't know who anybody was, really.
Nobody.
We were sitting right there. You guys were all sitting at those tables over there, and after the fact, I looked at pictures, and you guys were all sitting right behind us, and we had no idea.
Yeah, we found out Tyson McGuffin was like literally right next to us.
Yep.
We didn't know who he was though at the time.
Yeah.
And we for a year we've been kicking ourselves because we were in the presence of such greatness and we didn't even know it. This was our first ever tournament together.
I hope he's not listening to this. Is this live?
No.
It's not live.
I mean, yes, but no.
Yes, but no. Okay.
How's your experience today? I know we had a little exhibition / promotional event, and you guys got to play against one of the pros.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
As far as the results, like
Don't worry about
that's not
results.
something we need to talk about. If we're talking about fun, it was through the roof. It was such a fun experience. It was such a great time. It was the first time either of us have had a crowd watching us play. That was unreal. That was a new experience that is crazy. It was awesome.
Oh my God! Yeah, you guys played against Kyle today.
We did.
That's okay. That's all the commotion going on.
Yes.
Isn't it? I was trying to concentrate, and that whole thing was happening.
Yeah, but I was hoping, like, I thought we would get here and, like, maybe a few people that knew about the match and followed our Facebook page would be there, so, like, maybe 5 people would watch. We get there, the bleachers are full, everybody's standing all around the court, they're all waiting for this match. I'm like, oh my God, what have we gotten ourselves into? How do we get out of this? Because I don't want to do this.
Pull a hammy.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Pull a hammy.
Oh, my hands are here too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys are used to it, right? Like, that's kind of your thing is having that crowd, having that attention. And like Webby was saying, for us, it's brand new. How do you guys deal with it? Does it energize you? Is it still something you got to work through? Like, talk to me about that.
What do you do? I think we both would answer the same. We visualize everybody in their underwear. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Nice.
Irina, will you agree with that?
No comment.
All right.
I think everybody. I hope the vast majority of players kind of who get to
the crowd level
have been doing it for at least a couple of years, and they've experienced 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, and so on and so forth. And when they find themselves at the stadium court of US Open or Indian Wells, then it's not such a big thing. But it certainly affects you. Pressure breaks everybody at some point. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Roger Federer or what was your first name again?
Webby.
That's not your first name, is it?
It's according to the channel, it is.
Okay. Or Webby. Just out of interest, why do they call you Webby?
It's my nickname. It's kind of a long story, but
are you a dictionary? Is it Webster?
So Webster is a nickname I've had since high school.
Nice.
And,
can I see your hands? All right, so there's no webbed hands, folks.
No webbed hands.
Therefore, we assume the feet.
It's the toes.
It's the toe. Yeah. That's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I feel like I've never really dug into it on the show. Maybe one of these days I'll go into the whole Webster Webby thing.
Today's a day. I think it's a Friday or a Thursday.
It's an entangled web of all these events.
Just a web of
no
lies.
pun intended. Web. It's an entangled web.
Is it a web of lies?
But it's just we don't have enough time here. Like it would take about at least an hour to go through the whole thing. Nobody wants to hear that.
Facebook people, you decide if you want to hear that. He will do an entire segment.
Yep. Hour and a half long.
Yeah, we won't have any more pros on. It'll just be me talking to the camera about why they call me Webby.
That's what they want. That's what the people want.
Yeah.
So, in my experience, one of the keys to putting up a successful tournament is planning ahead.
Yeah.
And now that you guys got a little bit of crowd experience, who do you think you will challenge next year in your 2 versus 1 competition format?
Oh man, that's a great question. I mean, we definitely need to do a rematch against Kyle at some point. So I don't know if that'll be who we play next year. Maybe I do kind of like the idea of challenging somebody new each year. I don't know. That's a great question.
I think you might have just ignited something where we can try and do this every year now.
That's Pandora's box right there.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I think it's officially going to be a regular annual thing to kick off the Beer City Open. What do you think?
I agree, and honestly, I kind of felt like Kyle was the Harlem Globetrotters and we were the Washington Capitals, and because honestly, it did feel like the whole thing was just based around him just toying with us the whole time. So I think we should try and do that again. Who do you guys think that we should play next year?
Well,
I think you should play Rich Carnes, but that's just
Rich Carnes. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
start there,
right,
and then work up.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we'll be 5.0 and above. So eventually we'll just do like a doubles match for fun.
Right.
But for probably like maybe next year and then the year after we'll do another 2 versus 1. But then after that we'll be 5.0 easily. 5.0
Clearly,
plus.
I mean that's.
So you expect to move a half a point up every year or a full rating point per year?
Well, this guy is trying to go a full point.
Yeah, I saw Tony Roy floating around here a little bit. He's got the Into Pickle channel. I'm sure you guys know him. He's been working with me in a thing called Project 4.0, where my goal is by the end of the year to become a benchmark 4.0 player, where I basically am medaling, I don't know, a certain percentage of the time that I show up or whatever, but kind of get to that point where I'm very consistent at 4.0. And then from there, I don't know what kind of goes beyond that. It's like, that's my goal right now, and then kind of see where it goes from there. If I only get to 4.5 one day, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd be happy with 4 or 5, but I don't know. One of these days, I feel like you're going to see Eddie and Webby at the top of the doubles pro list.
Okay.
That's my prediction. Maybe 10, 15 years from now, who knows how long it'll take.
Yeah.
We'll be there. So actually, realistically, it's probably seniors. The seniors 5.0.
Yeah, right.
Where we'll be.
Just curious, how old are you, gentlemen, if you don't mind me asking?
I will be 38 soon.
Oh, snap.
Same
You look
age,
good
yeah.
for 38.
Doesn't he?
Oh, thank you.
Isn't he a handsome fellow?
He's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Great bearding. Yeah.
And I really hope my wife isn't watching right now because I think something's happening here. I think we got
It
chemistry.
could be. Look,
There's something going on. That's so funny.
Okay, so 38 and...
Same age, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we're high school friends. We graduated high school together. and
That's
everything.
adorable.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
And we live all the way across the country. I'm in Naples, Florida. He's here in Michigan.
Okay. So I'm 37. I'm not a million miles away.
All right.
Irina's obviously 23.
Yeah.
And
I was going to guess 22, but
In spirit.
in spirit, okay.
Spirit,
Well, right there with you. So, since you guys are high school friends, what kind of hobby did you have to kill free time in high school? Obviously, you're killing your free time with this podcast right now, which is fantastic. What experiments you ran in high school
Oh, man.
or college?
I don't even know in high school. So I switched high schools my junior year to where he was already going. And what did we even do? I don't even think we did anything.
Really, video games. Video games are basically video
What were your
games
video
of professional
games?
wrestling.
Yeah.
Video games
let's
of
be
professional
honest.
wrestling.
What were the video games? Focus.
Oh man, Metal Gear
It was-
Solid.
It's got to be
Resident
Bond.
Evil.
Come on.
What's that?
Bond?
Oh yeah, GoldenEye.
007.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Yeah,
Gotta be
007.
GoldenEye. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. You
Yep.
cannot go wrong with
Yeah.
Mario
Smash
Kart.
Brothers, that was a big one. For
Okay.
N64.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Were you an
Get a
odd
great
job
call.
guy? It's kind of cheating. He's just so much shorter.
Yeah, it was all right. Like, I usually went with Bond.
Yeah. So you were just wanting to be quick at the draw, get
Yeah.
Bond,
Yeah.
and you would go 006.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
I was more of a 006. Yeah.
006
But I used to
guy.
like to play Golden Gun matches.
Yeah, Golden
was
Gun.
always
That
the
was where it was
best.
at. Golden
That was
Gun.
that. In the temple?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Golden Gun in the temple.
Yep.
I literally bought a Nintendo 64 and that game about 5 or 6 years ago when I moved to the desert.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen my brother in a bunch of years, and that was something we used to do.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So we went Golden Gun for probably about 3 months, almost
Yeah,
every night.
I feel like GoldenEye and Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
Like those were the first two like true like multiplayer games that just really like
they ruined lives.
Yeah, they really did.
They really did ruin
I
lives.
spent so much of my free time was on those two games. It's crazy.
What was your thing, Irina?
Yeah.
Any video
when
games?
I was in high school?
Yeah.
I actually played pool. I played billiards.
Okay.
And I skipped school and played billiards, and then I kind of rebelled against my parents a little bit, and they gave me a curfew, and I interpreted instead of PM, I interpreted to AM. Okay. So instead of 9, 10 PM, I showed up at 9 AM, and I just hung out last 2 years of high school at a pool club, and we got free tables from midnight to 6 AM.
Wow.
And I was there. I did a little gambling. That was the last time I gambled. It was over when I had to ask my mother for $400 to cover my gambling debt.
Oh, man.
But I honored it.
Okay.
Good
So
girl.
probably now the most I will bet is a 6-pack of beers.
That's it.
Yeah, very cautious. I learned a lesson.
I still owe you that 6-pack. I apologize.
Anytime, Morgan.
Anytime.
Who was the last person you lost a 6-pack to?
I know last person I won a 6-pack from was Morgan.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember where it was from, but I'm sure I owe her something.
Is that because Morgan bet on Eddie and Webby today against Kyle? Is that
No.
where you lost it on? No.
I think he knows better.
Nobody would have taken that bet.
No one.
Yeah, I don't like how
Come
quickly
on.
he said no and left.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It was like no.
Firm no.
Yeah.
Firm no. I mean, you guys are great, but it's a firm no.
Well, it's kind of funny because everybody before this match that I said that like I think we're gonna have a good chance against Kyle, everybody laughed at me.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Yep.
What is that supposed to mean?
People underestimate how difficult it is for the twosome.
Yeah.
You know, you might think to yourself, well, yeah, you know, it's going to be harder for the guy by themselves. But in reality, if the person next to the guy by himself is dead weight and or not a great communicator, then
Yeah,
the
I
people
know
by themselves.
exactly. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
This guy right here. Yeah.
that
Just
guy.
kidding. Just kidding.
No, no.
But I did hear a great idea today. I
Yeah.
think one of the challengers you guys could consider, and it came from the person himself, Ben Johns will take you down left-handed.
Oh man.
But
You know, he just walked by right behind you
it
too.
reminded me of that. That's
Okay.
why.
Oh
Did
man.
he? Did he really say that?
Yes, earlier today
If
at
he
lunch.
said that, that's-
we can
that's
we can
going
bring
down.
him in.
I feel that's got to go down this weekend.
Yeah.
If he's gonna put that out there. Ooh. Oh, Ben.
But sounds like
Guys,
you
don't
guys
do
are
it.
willing to take that
Oh,
chance.
definitely
do it.
willing. Definitely willing.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
that's
there's
good
money.
to know. Your ego is not in the way. That's good
No.
to know. I don't think Morgan would ever take that bet.
That's a lose-lose situation, guys. If you win, you beat Ben Johns left-handed with two of you.
All right. But
If you lose,
Let-
come on, think about this.
Let me flip that a little bit.
You've got families, possibly, or you want families.
We don't get a chance to play with you guys, right? And that's okay. It's totally part of it, right? So any chance that I have to be able to play with people that are better than me, I will take it, even if it's they take me on the court and spank me sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll gladly take on Ben Johns left-handed. If he wants to wear a blindfold, that's
Yeah.
totally fine. I'll accept that. I'll
Yep.
allow that too.
If
Yeah.
he does that, my money is going to be on you.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
You know,
nice.
if we
That's good
check
to
the
hear.
blindfold.
That's good to hear.
All right. So blindfold, you'll bet on us, but
Left-handed,
Ben-
blindfolds. You guys.
Oh, he's got to be left-handed and blindfold.
Yeah.
All right, well.
and, I mean, he'll get 5 or 6 points.
So left-handed, you still
but-
got money on him?
Yeah.
He's a solid
Oh, yeah.
4-5.
Yeah, yeah. No,
left-handed.
he does well left-handed. Honestly,
Okay.
the guy is annoyingly good.
I still would absolutely
Congratulations.
do that this weekend if we can make that happen.
Yeah, I think we should. Speaking of this weekend, Irina, you have some pretty awesome matches coming up. You want to talk about them?
Yes, we have an exciting schedule ahead of us. Tomorrow is a mixed doubles day, and I'm playing with Ben. So we'll try to do as many sick tricks as possible. I'll let him earn him, then he leaves the court for like 2 shots. I have to clean up his mess, then he returns, probably earnies again, and that's how it goes. On Saturday will be a grind, singles. I don't know why I still play it, but I think I have a couple of years in me, but I do like drop shotting people a lot, so that's probably my primary reason. And on Sunday, that's probably the day I'm looking forward to the most. I'm playing with Andrea, my host and one of the tournament directors. She puts up a great tournament, so we're going to try to have a great time and kick some butt.
Okay.
She's a machine.
Yeah.
I love
Andrea is.
No.
She can go all day.
For my money, she has the best inside-out forehand cross-court third and the best cross-court backhand dink. I honestly,
The
I think
backhand slice?
the backhand slice cross-court dink. For me, I believe men or women, Thank you, baby. Ooh, this looks nice.
All right. No, you can't continue here. Since you've been sitting here, you've had a beer delivered to you, and food now delivered to you.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm telling you, I think it's the accent. He gets what he wants.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, coming from Uzbekistan, things doors just open.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I believe it. I totally believe it.
Yeah.
But guys, you can have a fry if you want. This, I'm sure it's special sauce, which is
I'll gladly take a fry.
Ketchup mixed with mayo.
So I have a question for you, Morgan. When you're playing men's doubles, when in the draw do you want to peak? Is it second round? Do you want to peak in the semis?
The fourth game of the final. That's when I want to hit my mark.
And how many of those have you had so far?
One. I think I've had one.
In Atlanta, huh?
And it didn't work out.
No, not at all.
It did not peak at that moment.
No.
Turns out I peaked in the third round. That's a very good question. No one's ever asked that.
Are these kind of questions that go through your mind as you're preparing for the tournament?
Definitely.
You're going to hit, what do they call it, flow in the sports psychology term? Like, are you trying to plan for when that happens? And because obviously you can't do it too soon, right?
No.
But
I don't want to peak in the first round. No, not at all.
But let's say you pull Kyle and Simone, right? So then...
Well, they wouldn't.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, just theoretically, right? So you pull somebody
Here's
like
Ben
that.
Johns, by the way.
Hey!
Ben Jemima.
I've told him, we have Ben Johns here, and I've told everybody at the podcast about the challenge that Ben has thrown at you. So if you guys want to ask him in person...
Is it true that you challenged us to a 2-versus-1 match where you play left-handed?
And it's absolutely true.
Absolutely true.
Can confirm.
That's a great segue, Irina.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's like, I want to go drink some beer.
She found her escape plan. It worked brilliantly.
Killing me.
Yeah.
Killing me. Okay.
You want to join us for a little bit, Ben?
Come on, Ben Jemima.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, though.
All right, we are now joined by Ben Johns.
Yeah, he's no stranger to the podcast. He was on back in December. Welcome
That's
back
right.
again.
Yeah, that was way back when we first started doing them live. I think Ben was only our second or maybe our third guest ever once we started doing them live. So that was awesome. Thank you very much for being there. Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Ben, we heard a rumor that you were putting up a challenge, Eddie and Webby versus Ben Johns, but you have to play with your left hand. Is that true?
That's right.
Oh, man.
I feel pretty confident, guys.
You feel good? Yeah? So is that based purely on how well you play left-handed or based on how you saw us play today?
I didn't see you guys play today.
Okay.
I only saw the results.
All right.
So
Okay.
I got to warn you, I have played... I played singles lefty for a while, so
Okay.
I'm partially lefty.
But you still prefer the right hand?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Ben's
All
out
right.
there. It's just
All right.
waiting for you guys.
What do you like? Because sometimes people switch hands, like while they're playing, like it goes to their backhand and they switch to that side. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think it's a terrible strategy in doubles for the most part.
Yeah.
You got no time really to do that unless you're really desperate. Singles, I think it can be valid. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You got more.
So do you think
Wingspan.
a two-handed backhand would be better than just switching hands? Or?
In doubles, I like a two-handed backhand.
Okay.
Left hand, you just don't have time to do that. But in singles, if you like a forehand, then why not have two of them?
Okay.
I pulled off my first ever two-handed backhand in the Great Lakes Regional Tournament I just did. And it ended up getting us a point, too. So it felt pretty good. It was my first time ever doing it successfully.
Like you were trying to go for it?
Yeah, it was going over here. Like, I have been known to, switch to my left hand, and I saw it coming, and I was like, I'm going to go for a two-hander. And I did it, and it felt good, and it worked.
Okay. That's cool. I've never tried it. I will tell you, though, one time, I think we talked about it before, I was playing against Matt Nielsen, and he pulled his two-handed backhand on me. What's up, man? And Johnny Pickleball, guys.
Johnny Pickleball. Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna have him in next.
He's been working with me, but anyway, Matt Nielsen, two-handed backhand, almost pissed my pants, man. That ball came flying at me faster than I've ever experienced anything in my life. So.
This podcast sponsored by Depends.
Yes. Age appropriate for pickleball, right?
Definitely.
All right.
Not gonna lie, there are times where I wish I was wearing some because sometimes I have to pee so bad during these things. But maybe that was too much information. Let's go ahead and move along.
Or pickleball?
What's that?
These things?
That's the podcast. The podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Shit again.
Yeah, guys, just if we ever play a video during the podcast, it's usually because one of us is like, I got to piss, man.
Yeah, if you ever
Now
see a
we
video during
know.
the podcast,
Yeah.
we were both most likely peeing at that time.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. That's great information for your listeners.
Viewers need to know.
For all 6,000 out there. So.
Yes.
It's 6,000.
Yeah, 6. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that many. So, Ben, you got some pretty exciting matches this weekend, huh?
Hope so.
Yeah, you want to talk about them a little bit?
Let's see. Well, mixed is tomorrow. I'm playing with the lovely lady that just left, Irina Tereschenko. I think we have the 2 seed. So,
Who's the 1 seed?
Simone.
Oh, that's true.
Simone.
Yeah. No, she's
Yeah.
pretty good.
The
She
champion.
seems to do well.
She wins a lot.
Yeah, I heard about her. I heard she's a decent player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just,
She's good.
Yeah.
it's great if you're on the same side.
Right.
We got men's doubles after that. Kylie Yates and I will be taking it on again, just like last year. And I think we got the 1 seed, so vamos.
All right.
We were all shocked you guys got the 1 seed. You know, a little depressing.
It
but hey,
was a close call.
fairly close.
We got it.
Fairly close. It looks like it's just based on results and talent.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and that's a damn shame.
I mean, how stupid is that? See,
Right?
based on results and talent.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Come on,
Right.
let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, let's throw it up there.
Yeah, no, that seems fair.
Like, what other factors can we consider in the seeding?
Scalp shape. You know, I feel like this is pretty good.
Solid.
Very few bumps.
Yeah.
Smooth.
It's pretty smart. I
It
mean, I
glows
shaved it a couple of
sometimes
days
in the
ago.
sun, too.
You know, the last time I shaved my head, it was a few years ago, and I'm like, I'm sick of my hair. I'm gonna try it. It doesn't work, man. I don't have
Why
that
not?
nice shapely
you
head.
found out? You found
yeah,
out?
I found out. Like, it's,
Everyone's got to find out once.
I found out in my head. I do not have a good scalp shape. The back of my head, it goes like way back. It's kind of weird. Like it's just unnatural.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
I think in the Bosley advert, they've got to say, shave it once, find out how bad it looks when it's completely bald, and then decide.
Yeah.
Because if it looks great, you know, Jason Statham, would he be pulling off those roundhouse kicks without that aerodynamic look?
No,
Definitely
the hair would get in his way. It would totally. It would slow him down.
Exactly. It would be
slow him down.
confusing.
Yep.
Bruce Willis felt the same way. Andre
Rock.
Agassi
The
was
Rock.
very good on those.
Yep.
Yeah. rough Nadal.
Rafa? No, The Rock.
Oh, The
Dwayne.
Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's struggling.
Dwayne
He's
Johnson,
struggling.
right?
But Rafa Nadal, he's
Yeah.
been thinning for a while. He's been reluctant to pull the trigger, but his PR people have to tell him.
It'll happen.
Let it go.
Time to
buddy.
go?
Yeah, let it go.
Well, I mean, don't they say that there's a high percentage of bald CEOs? There's a correlation between how humans perceive bald men and their status, right? And so
That's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Well, there's actually one of the main reasons of male pattern baldness, and not to get off topic, but definitely to get off topic. You know, we all want to talk about how good Ben is. Clearly. But just to change the subject for 45 minutes or so, is an overdose of a particular type of testosterone. And that's just awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
really
that was
helps.
it, really.
Okay.
So it wasn't really a 45-minute thing.
Yeah,
But
like four
that's the main
seconds.
reason.
Okay.
And, you know, combines with a thing, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So back to Hairstyles 101 with
Hairstyle.
Morgan Evans, right?
That's
Yes.
Trust me, bold is beautiful.
Have you ever shaved your head, Ben?
Have not.
No?
Have not.
So you have no
I have no idea what it looks like.
No
I have
clue
no
what
idea
that
yet,
scalp
but it's
is.
gonna happen at some point. So I just
Okay.
heard it right here.
Looks great.
How about
There's a
this?
good chance.
How about this? How about when we take you up on that offer? If we win, boom, center
Head
court.
off. Yep. All right.
Oh man.
You heard it here, folks.
What do you guys have to do? Same thing.
Man, that's a good question.
I don't know, man. That's a little. We'll come up with
That's
something,
fair.
but it's a fair question.
No.
Yeah,
I think
Well,
we need to
something
talk
that you
about
think
this
is
now.
fair.
This needs to be a here
Needs to
and
be
now
ironed out.
situation.
Well,
This is a beautiful head of hair. He's prepared to let it go. What
It's
are
a
we, full
lot on you
frustration?
guys.
What if we do a hair versus hair match? Losers have to shave their head no matter who it is.
oh man, oh my God.
Are you willing to put up your lovely locks?
I am.
Either of you have back hair?
It's like I'm
Yeah.
like what was that
Are you
wrestler's
like-
name? Like
George the Animal Steel.
Like
Yep.
that's what I look like when I take my shirt off. Yeah.
So if you're like a Robin Williams species, we wax the back hair.
Oh,
Oh man.
Big.
yeah.
Come on. Left-handed. Come on, he's
Left-handed.
clearly right-handed. You've got to be confident. There's two of you. There's one of him. His name is Ben. How bad could it be? His name isn't Rock Hudson.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Okay.
Whatever. Like,
They don't sound confident.
Classic. That's classic diversion. Yeah.
I mean, if we were going to play points, like six points.
That you only have to get to 6 points.
6 points. Yeah.
You don't think you can win?
Come on.
I'm playing lefty.
Lefty. One person.
I think we can win. He doesn't have confidence in us, but I think we can win.
I feel like Eddie has
We
confidence.
scored 4 points
Webby
against Kyle
has
Yates
less
at his
confidence.
best. He was playing his absolute best.
Yeah. Well.
He was trying as hard as he could.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Don't you think you guys could beat some 4-0, a 4-0, 2-on-1?
I think
I'm
we
basically a 4-0
Oh, yeah.
lefty.
Well, yeah, but you're also Ben Johns, man.
That's a blatant lie, Ben.
Yeah.
That's a blatant lie.
Yeah. You're trying to get us to take a sucker's back.
I heard you're at least a 4.5 left-handed.
No. If I was to guess, he'd be, I'd say, a 5'3" lefty.
Oh man.
Wow.
But you guys combined, what's your 3.5?
Yeah. We're like right there. Yeah.
So together, you're a
7.
7. You saying you can't beat a 5'3"?
Oh, we definitely can.
Okay.
We definitely can.
Then put your hair on the line, people.
Wow.
Put your hair on the line.
I'm feeling the pressure.
We're just saying. I mean, there's no pressure, but there's clearly a lot of pressure.
No pressure, but we'll think about it. Yeah.
Sounds iffy.
Oh man.
I think it's time to put these things down.
You're like, I'm done.
We're done. Right. No, but seriously, I think I came with some people, and they're probably expecting me. Do I have to give this to someone before I can leave?
You don't
Or
have
how
to.
How does it even work?
If you could find somebody that you think would be interesting for the show, send them our way. Otherwise,
Let's see.
have a good night.
I feel like a waitress might be pretty good.
Bring them on.
They got some good intel.
How about the kid, Rob Cassidy?
Oh my God, Rob!
He'd be
He
perfect.
could stay here for
He could
days.
stay in for both of
could
us.
stay for
My ride
days.
probably is left by now.
Where is he?
You're like, I'm out.
You should not shave your head, Webby.
Yeah, that's his
Well,
wife.
all he has to do is win.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah, that's
Amber.
my wife right there, so she is watching. Hopefully she wasn't watching earlier
Amber is your wife?
when our chemistry happened.
She seems lovely.
I love you, babe. Thanks for watching.
He loves you, babe.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't think I put my hair on the line.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Rob Cassidy.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess we're
Oh no, we got Rob Cassidy.
we're rotating
Stick
out.
around.
All right.
You
All
gotta
right, thanks guys. This
Hey,
is awesome.
Thank you
Hey.
for jumping on, man. It's
been a good
Appreciate
time.
you.
And Ben, we'll
What's up,
see
man?
you on the court sometime this weekend.
That's right.
That's right. Boom.
All right. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, Morgan. Appreciate it.
watching.
Cheers, Ben.
Stay out of trouble.
Do you need another replacement?
Jump
Yeah,
in.
get in there.
Let's do it.
All right, we're getting 2 replacements here. This is
Yeah. Bring it on in here.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Now, you do have to share your food, though. If you stay here with food, you do have to
Yeah.
share it with us.
So,
Hello, check 1 2.
there you go. You are coming in loud and clear. As you guys know, because we've had her on the podcast before, we have our friend Michelle Esquivel here. Yeah. And then somebody that I got a chance to meet briefly at the U.S. Open. We got to do a little bit of fake commentary in the Margaritaville Lounge. Rob Cassidy.
Good times, good times.
What's going on, man?
Was that us when Kyle Yates textbookedly lobbed Dave Weinbach in the final? Was that us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was us.
That was us. Yeah, Michelle was there with us,
We
too.
called that lob. That
You
was
were sitting
great.
right there. Yep.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah.
the epic lob of the year.
Yes, it was. Yeah. It was solid.
It took place in April, so there's still time.
Yeah. That's true. Plenty of time. What's going on? You guys having
Oh, yeah,
fun?
what's up?
Yeah?
I'm having fun.
I'm having a great time.
Are you?
This is great when you get all the pros together. You get not only the pros, but everyone involved in the community.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Everyone's here. Everyone's having a great time. It's great to see everyone off the court. It's a different thing. It's a different thing, and it's great, and we're having a great time.
Yeah, this is so cool because I always see like Scott Golden and other people posting the stuff that goes on after the matches and stuff like that. So like we're finally getting to experience that with all the pros. This is incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
I heard Kyle Yates did a charity event earlier. He swept the floor with 2 2-0s earlier or something.
That is
I just heard. I
accurate.
I didn't get a chance to see it. It happened so fast. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, that is very accurate. That did happen. 2 poor souls got destroyed on the court.
Yeah, but it was for their better. Now they know what they have to work on.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, whenever you play up against somebody like Kyle, your I don't want to call them weaknesses. I call them areas of opportunity because I'm a positive guy. Come right to the surface, man.
Yeah.
And we have some things to work on. Although I do have to say, there were some awesome battles that we got into with him where we had some fast hands, and I was like, I watched the video back, and I'm like, yes, we got like 2 or 3 returns, and then he just placed it, and we popped it out. But to even go 2 or 3 a couple times, that was pretty cool.
There was some great return of serves I saw, because I was doing some commentary on that, and wow, I was impressed. I just felt like you guys were totally in it. There was just some times where the execution wasn't fully there.
Yeah.
But again, I was telling Webby earlier, or maybe Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie. Okay, so you're not used to playing in front of that many freaking people.
Yeah.
You're just not used to it. So maybe you felt
that's what
maybe
it
a
was.
little tighter.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Was it that?
Yeah, if there was nobody watching us, man, we would have swept the floor with him.
It would have been a totally different story
Oh,
had
yeah.
that happened.
Michelle, I can't believe you almost got them mixed up.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
one
Eddie
thing.
and Webby, that's
Yeah.
pretty close. That's pretty.
I know. We had to have names that were so closely to each other, right?
That's right.
Can I tell you guys something really quick,
Yeah,
though?
go for it.
The video that you guys just made was legit.
Wait, which was
the
it?
music video.
Oh.
That was so good. Was that all Webby?
It's all Webby, man,
Are you
right?
talking
God.
about the parody song?
You know it. That is so good. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you do. So funny.
Do you guys remember the words?
Oh, yeah.
The banger's gonna bang, bang,
Bang,
bang, bang, bang. The dinker's gonna dink, 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 dink. But I just wanna play. Pickleball, pickleball, pickleball.
Nice.
Yes!
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I will tell you, if you guys ever see anything very creative, like super creative, come out of our channel,
It's all Webby.
it's all him.
Usually.
It's
Get
not
outta
me.
here.
I got no problem saying it. He's awesome at that, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start a channel with him, so I could like do this much work and he could do all of it, and it's gonna be awesome. And right.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you. I
good
appreciate
strategy.
that.
Yeah. Credit where credit's due.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice,
So what's
nice.
going on with you guys? So you guys are both have some pretty exciting matches this weekend. Yeah. Michelle, you
Yeah.
want to talk first, Michelle, about?
Yeah, sure. I'm playing with Catherine Pronto, who is actually one of my idols.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really excited to play with her in women's doubles. I'm really excited to play some singles, and I'm also playing some mixed with Frank Anthony David.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that. How about you, Rob?
Sorry, what?
Who are you playing with?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
My partners are Jose Derisi. He is originally from Argentina. He learned pickleball in Rochester, New York, which is a nice place to learn pickleball. And then I'm playing with Katie Dyer.
Nice.
She's a very good player, very mentally strong, and she's got a great game. Yeah, it'll be our first time playing together. Actually, the rec games today were our first time on the same side of the net, and it felt really good. Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Nice. So you mentioned
Yeah.
Catherine Peranto. Is that Steve Peranto's daughter by any chance?
Aha, that question gets asked a lot, but no relation. There's no relation there.
Okay.
But yeah, she's great. She
There might be a relation.
Yeah, so
you kind
Steve-
of jumped the gun there,
Steve
Michelle.
talked about it. He said that
No,
he thought
is
they were
there?
distant cousins. Or
No.
they, yeah, I
It's not
swear.
his daughter, but
no.
That's what it was. Yeah.
It was. Was this on one of your shows?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
recently, and he
Yep.
said she spells it the original way.
Yeah.
He changed the spelling of the name, so their spelling is different, but they are related, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, like distant, not anything super close.
I've been telling Michelle that she needs to brush up on her pickleball history, but she's apparently too busy being
Yeah.
a pro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
I'm
busy
sorry.
crushing it out
Too
there.
busy crushing it. That's
Yeah.
right. I actually just watched her today play a recreational singles match against Zane. What's Zane's last name?
Navitro.
Zane Navitro, and it was just a fantastic match to watch. I mean, Battle of the Sexes 2020 coming your way. That was a sweet match.
Yeah?
That was a sweet match, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Every time I get an opportunity to play or practice singles, it's a big opportunity for me, and especially against Zane. He is an up and coming player, so I asked him to play some rec singles, and he was all for it.
Okay.
And we did have really good points. Yeah, and it was great, and it was fun, and I'm really trying to expand my singles game. I never practice it, but when I do, it's epic.
Well, so I was going to ask you that, right? Because when you're at a pro level, obviously, being able to find other people to play and practice with gets tougher, right? The better you get, it's probably a little bit more challenging. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. So I came today to play some rec games, and then all of a sudden I see Annalee and Lee Waters playing against Simone and Irina in a practice game, and it's like, how do I get in on that?
Yeah, like I want to go play. Looks like they're having so much fun in the pool, and I'm sitting over here in my backyard without a pool. Like I want to go play in the pool, right? Is that was when you were like a kid, and like your neighbors
like
had the pool?
that.
And
You got to learn to swim before you can play in the pool.
Yeah, it's definitely something like that where you just want to get in on those rec games. But I had the opportunity to play against Rob and Jose, and with Zane.
Yeah.
So that was a great rec game for me, So every time you come early to these tournaments and you get those rec games, it really does mean a lot. It really does, because if you're in your hometown, you don't have like all these 5-0, 5-5, 6-0 players. So it was today was just a fun time playing some rec games. Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob, I saw you were doing a clinic earlier today. How did that go?
Oh, it actually went really well.
Yeah.
It was for the committee members, kind of to give back to them, because obviously they're working hard behind the scenes. Andrea Koop lined it up, and I had the honor of just kind of leading it and giving back to them. So it went really well. Taught them a couple things, and then went right into play, because we only had about 2 hours with them. So that's just, that time goes like that. So just threw as much knowledge at as we could and had as much fun as we could, and it was really well received.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of saw you out there, and I liked your...
I saw you too. You were writing things down.
I was taking
You had
notes,
like the microphone up and like... Yeah.
I was over there taking you seem to have a really like a very high energy way of coaching and doing clinics and stuff like that, and it was really cool to see. Yeah, right. I know that guy. But seriously, I thought it was really impressive, man. It seemed very natural for you out there. And
nice.
You've been doing some of the level up, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that been going, man?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, like, just getting put in a situation where I'm able to give back and just spread pickleball amongst communities and excel people's games around the country. It has been a true gift to me. I definitely don't take it for granted, and it's been really great so far. The level up camps, they are going very well.
Okay.
Very well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, so
got one coming up in Rochester.
Yeah.
Sold out. Sorry about that. Maybe you can sign up for the Ohio one. Columbus, Ohio is coming up next month.
You got anything in the South Florida area?
We had one in Orlando earlier. Both me and Tyson McGuffin did that one together. So we had two head clinicians doing that one at the same time. That was fantastic. We're coming back. We're running it back next year again. So look for the openings next year, because they're going to be every month next year too. It's been a good run. It's been a good run so far. We're going to keep it going.
Are you doing any with DJ Howard? Because Webby's been working with DJ a couple times here.
Nice. I have one with DJ in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Coming up right around the Texas Open. So go ahead and sign up for that one before you can't.
Okay.
That's a good one, yeah.
They probably fill up pretty quick, don't they?
Sometimes they do. They do. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm lucky. I'm teaching with Ben.
Yeah?
And teaching in Bend with Tyson McGuffin.
Nice.
In August, beginning of August. And I'm also teaching with DJ in St. Louis. So I'm very lucky to be in
very nice.
that level up camp with them. Like, it's just such a great opportunity. I also teach engaged pickleball camps.
Right.
And so I'm very lucky to be a part of both, and just really get into the camp. So
What's your teaching style? Because I know you have a background in it, and when we had you on the podcast, you talked a lot about how it's something that you're into. It's natural for you. You feel very comfortable. Like, what's your style? What's your approach?
I relate.
Yeah.
I relate to the student. I remember dinking at the very first time and going, what the heck is this? And coming from a tennis background, a lot of tennis players are transitioning into pickleball. So what they want to do is hit very hard and try to take these big swings. And when you're at the kitchen line, you want to minimize your swing, and you want to be soft, and you want to have a loose grip when you're dinking. So I kind of relate more to the student, and I try to, tell them, look, this is what you need to do, because I've been there with you, but this is what we need to change. or these are the kind of things that we need to look at when we're going into dinking, maybe even third shot drops, whatever it may be. I just really try to relate to that person and make it as relatable as possible. This is what you need to do. You need to be softer, or this is what you need to do. You need to move your feet, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is for me. And the energy for me is very high all the time. So that keeps them motivated. That's my teaching style. How about you, Rob?
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Fun leads to retention.
Yeah.
So, when you're having fun, you're going to remember it better, so that's just a good learning tool in itself, having fun. People have different learning styles. People learn things different ways. So identifying those for different people goes a long way. Sometimes it's not a physicality. A lot of the time it's just a mental thing. So if you're able to identify it and then just approach it, and then even before they start doing it, they're still doing it wrong, but instead of me having to tell them, they're like, oh, I should have done this. Yeah. And then they're like, that's exactly right. Now keep going, So it's fun. It's fun, figuring out what works for each person and leaving nobody behind and having a good time along the way and leaving with some more tools in your tool case,
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Either you guys left-handed or what? What are we talking here?
No.
You guys know how to stack?
But yeah.
How long you guys been playing this game?
Actually, playing tournaments a year. Like the Beer City Open last year was our first time ever doing a tournament together.
Last year.
Yeah.
This play,
it
brought everybody back, right? That's a good sign of a good tournament.
That's right.
And more.
Oh, yeah.
And the size increased. But
did you guys play together?
We did.
Nice. And mixed?
You asked that question so seriously at first. I was like,
Sorry.
wait, what? Yeah, that was good.
Did you guys play together though? That's cool.
We did. Yeah, we're playing together again Saturday as well.
Excellent.
But
Saturday, what division, if you don't mind me asking?
3-5.
Excellent. So you got your practice in today, and
got our warm-up match in with Kyle. It was
Nice.
a good warm-up
Nice.
leading into the 3-5 division.
that's fantastic.
So good.
And where are you guys from? Where do you guys come out of?
I'm from the Detroit area here in Michigan.
Nice.
And I'm originally from there, but I live in Naples, Florida now. So,
and where did you learn to play pickleball, you guys?
I have 4 courts in my community down in Naples, and so just playing with neighbors and learning all the wrong things to do over and over again, and then coming here to the Beer City Open and getting my ass kicked, and then realizing, oh, that's how you're supposed to play.
That's how you play the game. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's
very nice.
What about you?
Yeah, and for me, he kept telling me about pickleball, and I didn't even believe him that it was a real thing. And then
right.
And then there was a park near my house that I played disc golf at, and they put up 6 new courts. They replaced all their tennis courts with pickleball courts, and I was like, wow, this thing is real. I'm gonna give it a try. So I bought the cheapest paddles I could find.
Yep.
I learned how to play with my wife and 2 daughters, and immediately I got hooked. It took me forever to find people to actually play with after that, though, because I struggled. I didn't know about the USAPA or places to play and things like that. So it took me a while to finally find people to play with. And like the Beer City Open was like really our first true taste of like competitive pickleball. And both of us, it ignited that flame.
There you
and
go.
we've been hooked ever since.
Got the fever.
Yep.
Well, I absolutely love what you guys are doing for the sport.
Wow.
I love that you guys are doing podcasts. I love that you're interviewing different pro players. You're doing the exhibitions. I really like that because
Credit where credit's due. That's a good call.
Yeah,
Michelle, for sure.
it exposes the sport on social media, and I really think that's a big deal right now because that's what's just going to keep growing the sport.
Yeah.
And I really do appreciate that. I think I've mentioned that on the show before, but I just want to reiterate that and make sure it's out there. Thank you guys so much. Continue, please, doing what you're doing for the sport.
No, we will. Thank you for that.
We
Thank you for the kind
I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And who did you guys interview today?
Oh my God, we've had so many people on. We started off with Andrea Koop, and then let's see who came on after that.
The director of Perrin.
Yeah, we had the director of Perrin.
Nice.
Kyle joined us right after that.
Yep.
Ben Johns,
Morgan Evans.
See?
Irina
Yeah, this is exactly what the sport needs. This is just exposure, and that's what you guys are doing with social media.
Yep.
And thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
so
you. Appreciate
much.
that very much.
But I gotta say too, and as much as I appreciate that, keep doing what you guys are doing as well. And then also, I love the fact that everybody is so approachable in the sport too, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. When I watch you guys play, I'm so blown away by how good you are, how easy you make it look, right? And then to know that we're just sitting down, having some drinks, talking on a podcast. I love the accessibility that we have to you guys to get this content out there. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then like 2 weeks ago, I met Dave Weinbach for the first time at a tournament, and I felt like I had known him forever. Like he was so nice and approachable. But man, when he got on that pickleball court, he flipped that switch, and man, the badger came out.
The badger comes out. It's so funny because off the court you see great personalities, and then when you're on the court, you're like, damn, that person's just like, they're competitive as heck, you know, and they do whatever it takes. But that's why this sport is so awesome. So
yeah, I love it. We're gonna keep doing this as long as we can.
Yeah,
this is the best.
We love it.
Did you guys get a chance to eat?
Not yet.
So all right, we're gonna play a little pickleball trivia now.
Oh
yeah.
First to 800 points.
Oh.
Okay. All right,
first
we can go around. All right.
800 points.
Okay, first question. Okay, you guys got to buzz in. You can
All
say
right.
ding or whatever you got to do.
Okay.
You got to buzz in. Okay. For 100 points, Andrea Koop is essentially running this tournament.
Absolutely.
What is her maiden last name? Ooh, okay. All right. Dang, that was definitely a tie between these. All right, we'll give it to Eddie.
Raminsi.
That is correct. 100 points.
That is correct. I was gonna say.
I knew that. I knew that one.
Yep.
So, what is her actual name? Andrea. Buzz in.
Like current name?
Her current name. What is it?
Andrea Raminsi Koop.
Yes, it is Koop.
That answer was in my question that I.
Oh, I stole it.
You gotta make them a little tougher than 40 seconds between the answer being said.
So it still counts to me. If you ask me, that counts.
I guess you're right. Just giving away points here on the Eddie and Webby.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought we were.
This is a 200-point question.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Okay, this is as we all know, this is the second annual Beer City Open.
Yes.
In 2018, who were the gold medalists in the mixed open division?
Kyle and Simone.
That is correct.
Oh.
That is correct.
Do you want to know how I remember? Because I saw in the medal stand, I remember this picture. Everybody has their growler, and they were doing like a funny picture where they're all like pretend like they were drinking out of their growler. And I was in my head, okay, who is on there? And I'm like, oh, yep, there they were.
There they were. And wasn't Ben underage
Yep.
at that time?
Yep.
That's so crazy.
He still is, isn't he?
He's still underage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like 16.
No. He's not 16.
Yeah, muscle milk goes a long way. He's 16 years old.
Well, I think he was 19 when he was on our show, so he's got to be, 19 or 20 at the oldest or something?
Yeah.
I can't keep track of all these.
We could go to Canada and he could drink there. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough to Canada for it to count.
All right, I think Eddie's up 300 points.
I am, man.
Come on.
I study.
Rob.
I study pickleball all the time. It's like
Oh,
nothing.
shoot.
Yeah.
I got to
Okay.
buzz in earlier. Something.
Yeah. Just buzz in and then guess it wrong. Who cares?
Rob's stirring up another question right now. It doesn't have to be Beer City Open
it's just-
related.
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Another quick lightning one. 100 points. We've all heard of Morgan Evans. Stud. Right? Where's he from?
Bang!
Oh.
Was that a good buzzing?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
Is
good.
it Australia?
Yeah, but where in Australia?
Oh my gosh! No, you
No,
said
Australia's good.
Okay,
100
okay.
All right, I was gonna say you got to give that. Yeah.
You could do like a bonus question.
Okay. In 2017, I'm going with.
Okay.
At the U.S. Open. I don't even know if that date's right. Kyle Yates won the mixed doubles age 19 plus open. That might be wrong also. With
Sarah Yates Parker.
That is correct.
Boom. Hey, she was a man.
That's
Was it-
correct enough.
Okay. All right.
And for 50 extra points, what color was her shirt in that final match?
Pink.
That is correct.
No, but I went
Oh.
So pink.
I said it, but I didn't buzz in first, so I'm disqualified.
I thought we were supposed to buzz in here, Eddie.
It might not have, for the people keeping score at home, it might not have even been pink.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man.
Steve Paranto.
Yes.
I call him the historian.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows a fair amount about pickleball.
He does. Yep.
Yes.
For 100 points, his father's name.
Oh, shit.
my God.
I can't even buzz in on
30
that.
seconds.
Tip of my tongue.
What is Steve Paranto's father's name?
You guys have to guess.
This is on the tip of my tongue. It's killing me.
26 seconds.
John.
I want to say it starts with an A.
Ooh, okay, that's worth 6 points.
Okay, you're getting there.
It does start with A.
I'll help you guys out. Is it Adam?
11 seconds.
Anthony?
No helping.
Oh.
Is it kind of a unique name?
It's unique.
Aloysius.
You got. You want 18?
I want to
more?
say Abel. Is it Abel?
It's not Abel.
I don't know why I want to say Abel. That's a very unique name.
All right, time has expired.
Okay.
It's Arlen Pranto.
Arlen. I knew it was a little bit on the different side.
Well,
Great guy.
it's funny you bring that up because when Steve Peranto was on our podcast, he actually was going to have his dad there with him for part of it, but he wasn't able to do it. So
Yeah, because his dad is in the Pickleball Hall of Fame because he created the first composite paddle.
That's right.
Absolutely.
was that going to be your next question?
Yeah, the follow-up.
So I
for,
think I get points for that. I get points for that.
for 100 more points, what was the company that they started?
Prolite.
That's correct.
Oh, I'm so slow.
And now, okay.
Eddie's in the lead for sure.
What is the name of the individual who currently owns Prolite?
No.
I do not know that.
I'll give you a hint. This individual's father is also in the Hall of Fame.
Oh. Man, I wish I
Great
had...
man, this individual. Prolite
Yeah.
is good company.
Ooh.
They really care about their pickleball. I'll say that
Oh, yeah.
much. You know,
Yeah.
they,
Can I
Definitely.
just
They really care.
and because I see
No,
Brian
can we not?
Ashworth.
Can we go with ding now?
Okay.
I'm only accepting
All
dings
right,
from here.
ding. No, it's not even the answer. But Brian Ashworth is such a big pro-life person.
So you're guessing that Brian Ashworth owns Prolite. Michelle is locking in with Brian Ashworth owns.
I don't want to lock in.
Is that your final answer?
Go
The
with B,
beard.
the beard.
The beard.
Okay, so it's Neil Friedenberg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Neil
nice.
Friedenberg.
Is that
What relation to Mark is he?
Son.
okay?
It's his son.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we got to meet.
Yeah, I
Mark,
just met
Okay,
Mark,
yeah.
aka
Can I just say this
ding.
is good history?
I think I have the answer
Yeah.
to your next question. Yoda.
That is correct.
Nice.
That is correct. Yes. Great work. From Webby.
I
That's
think
good work. That's good investigative work.
I think it's tied up now.
Okay, the man behind me. We have a guest appearance
Ding.
for the next question.
Gizmo, Jay Hall.
No,
Sorry,
no.
that's incorrect.
Okay.
All right. We have Jay Hall here, also known as Gizmo.
Yep.
Home state of Virginia. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. From Virginia. Before becoming a professional, well-known pickleball player, what was... Don't answer. Don't, because they got to answer.
Okay.
We have to answer.
What was his profession?
Ding.
Is that-
Ding.
is that okay to put that?
I said ding. He's not accepting
It's
buzzer
only
noises.
dings.
Yep. Firefighter. Fireman.
That's not... I'm sorry. That is what he
Wait.
does do that, but it's not what we were looking
Can
for.
I do my alternate
So
answer?
the other two get an
No.
option to...
Go ahead, ding.
Paramedic.
Paramedic. That's also not the answer that
No?
we were looking for.
Do I get another chance?
Those are
or
also
do,
true.
Do you have an answer?
Is it ding farmer?
Farmer is incorrect.
Fudge.
The correct answer.
Well,
and
I
you
think
can
I got
verify-
it. I think I got it.
Go ahead. For
my last
0
guess.
points.
Okay.
For 0 points.
I want to say a salesperson for fishing gear. No.
He was a fisherman.
Fisherman.
Just fisherman.
Y'all are all dabbling around.
Just get to it.
I own a fishing tackle company.
Yes, he owns a fishing tackle company.
And yes, I was a firefighter. And yes, I was a paramedic.
See?
But the correct title was a firefighter paramedic.
Fire
That's why y'all make such a
paramedic.
great team. Because together, y'all had the right answer.
Yeah, I agree. I
Gizmo
agree.
Hall.
Boom.
I'm
Jay,
disappointed
Jay,
in
right here,
myself
right here.
because
Don't leave
he's
me
my
hanging.
commentary
Don't leave me hanging.
husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Michelle Esquivel is my
Beautiful.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, of course, beautiful, but
Sorry.
my commentary wife. Sorry, Rob. No offense.
It's okay.
And,
I will wait for you.
That's okay, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm not going anywhere. But no,
That's all I needed to hear.
Dude, pickleball is amazing. Well, I mean, seriously.
There
what
you
else-
go.
what else
Now
do we
we're
have to
getting
say
to
about
it.
Yes.
Hit it, Jay. Hit it.
I often ask myself, what is it about pickleball that makes it so addictive? So
Tell him.
And I really haven't found the answer. The one thing that I can say is it's the people. It's the relationships that you build with people on the road. I mean, like we're practically family. We see each other in multiple states. I mean, I just saw Rob in Virginia less than 2 weeks ago.
How was I doing? How was I doing?
Where were we at, Michelle? Atlanta.
Tell them how I was doing in Virginia.
We were in Atlanta. You guys were in Virginia. So, Gizmo, you're all over the place.
Well, my boy Rob came to Virginia. I had to drive 6 hours total, 3 hours down, 3 hours back to come show some love.
That's right, he did.
And if you know me, I got a hashtag that I'm pushing right now. Support those that support you.
Yeah.
I mean, from the moment that I met Rob at the Atlanta Open, not this past year, but the one before that, he showed me nothing but love.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment that I came in contact with you guys.
Nothing but love for love, baby.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, nothing but
That's
love.
pickleball, baby.
Support those that support you. I mean, really, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Wah,
man.
wah, wah, wah.
Nice,
I feel like
Jack.
Michelle's trying to shove this microphone down my throat.
It's because I have the.
That was a fantastic
Oh, so you
guest
can
appearance.
hear.
So I know what you sound like.
I know what you sound like, too.
Well, damn.
We need to find that commentary. We'll
I
find
know,
it.
right? I know. Yeah, but.
All right, Jay. So
Yeah.
now that you're here, while we have you, I want you get the privilege to ask the next trivia question for these three.
Oh.
I'm going to steal it if I can, but go ahead.
Okay.
It's a pickleball trivia question. Anything you want. This is for 200 points.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. What is the most durable pickleball?
Or ding.
Nobody said okay.
Well,
Is it Franklin?
ding.
No.
I mean, Franklin's not bad, as
We
far
got a
as...
ding over here.
Okay, well, what you got?
So, I think it's the most durable, but it's not my favorite. And that would be the Onyx. Pier 2, is that what it is?
The Pure 2?
Yeah,
That's a good answer.
That's definitely almost an indestructible ball.
Yeah, like I've tried.
Yeah, you
I
tried?
So my neighbors try because all they do is bang the ball, and that's why they love it. But anyway, and that thing never wears.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And what do you got? What you got, Webby?
Yeah, I was gonna say Onyx.
Yep.
Onyx
outdoor ball for sure.
You're just gonna ride his coattail, huh?
That's what I was gonna say. It really was.
I know. Sure you were. I'm gonna have to go with either the Franklin or the Onyx.
Okay.
As
Not
far
an opinion.
I think
It's
it is.
supposed to be a matter of fact.
But these are facts, though.
We need
because
some conviction in this
but
answer
but
here.
listen, if you got the Dura 40s, I mean, they practically come out of the package, out of round.
No, the Franklin breaks before the Onyx Outdoor, though.
I agree.
They
The
have
Onyx.
different lifespans. We're not saying which
Yes.
ball's better. but-
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Durability.
It's not about better.
You speaking of durability, the Jugs ball will last till
Yeah.
Until the cows come home.
That's it. See, tested. We tested that.
I think
Cows came
0
home. We were still playing.
points were rewarded for that.
No. We all got points.
We all got
Okay.
points. I'll give you
Okay.
that.
So everyone gets 50 points at least.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm at like
Okay.
700. You're
Eddie's in the lead.
Yeah, I think
So
I'm winning.
100 points away from taking this whole thing down.
Oh wow,
Rob,
man.
you have to have another
Yeah.
trivia question.
Okay.
And let's make this one worth 1,000 points.
This is the game taker.
So this is
Winner takes all,
winner
right
takes
here.
all.
Where do I
Yeah,
go
we
from
do.
Mm-hmm.
You're into this too, Jay.
All right, what
We're
we got?
all
What
into
we
this.
got?
So even Gizmo's in on this one.
Yeah.
I need some points.
Man, such
This is pressure, Rob. This is pressure.
so much.
Go deep, man. Yeah.
All right. No, it's not going to be hard.
Oh, this
It's not going to be hard.
Hopefully, someone can answer this then.
Okay. The year is 2019.
Ding. True.
Okay,
You are
so-
correct.
In 2018, the Tournament of Champions happened,
You are correct.
Yeah.
as it does every year. The men's doubles finals happen.
Ooh, I think I know this.
I want this person to name all 4 individuals
Damn.
that
Oh,
were
man.
in the Tournament of Champions 2018 final.
Damn it.
When
Damn it.
was this?
I know
Not an
the
acceptable buzzer.
I know
Michelle,
the,
that's not
I
an
know
acceptable
the
buzzer.
finalists though. I know the champions of that.
Okay.
But see, here's the
Michelle.
risk.
But
If you
who
go,
did they play?
Michelle, that's not an acceptable answer.
Okay, I'll give you guys half of the answer because Tyson.
No. We don't want you to do that.
Okay,
No, you
never
gotta-
mind.
we
Never
want-
mind.
It's a 1,000-point question.
That-
Let 'em-
Are we
that's
talking
the
a
risk.
3.0 division, or are we talking? I mean, what are we talking here?
Okay, so the question is, 2018 TOC, in the gold medal match, who were the 4 individuals on the court?
for men's
Men's gold medal
doubles
match.
open. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna name the champions. I'm just gonna do it.
Don't.
Matt Goebel and Tyson McGuffin won that. Am I correct?
I don't know. You didn't even buzz
Damn
in.
it!
You didn't
Okay.
even buzz in, Michelle.
Ding,
There's
ding,
rules.
ding.
You may not know this, but there's rules.
Okay, ding,
Ding.
ding.
Do it.
Ding.
Matt Goebel and Tyson McGuffin won that, right?
Okay, so those are not the 4 people that were on the match.
They were not. But were they the champions?
Do we have security? What is going
Ma'am,
on
you only
here?
gave half the correct answer.
She's hijacking my show. I mean, your show.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help with the answer.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Security.
All right,
please.
all right,
This
Eddie,
lady's
Eddie
wrong.
Webby, it's up to you guys. Can you name the perhaps other 2? She gave you a good clue.
Matt Goebel and Tyson McGuffin.
And I know it wasn't Ben Johns and Aspnick because
No.
they played together. They played together. I don't think they were to the finals.
1,000-point question. 30
This
seconds.
is a
can I ask
good-
you a
Yes,
question?
you can Google it.
Well,
I'm gonna
okay,
Google it.
Yeah. No. So is it a pair that typically play together or not?
They've played together before. It's not the first time, but I'll say no.
I don't know.
It's a good answer. 20 seconds.
I'm straight up Googling it. I am
In
straight-
2000, well, if anybody wants to type in the answer, they will win the 1,000 points and therefore win the pickleball trivia at the Beer City Open. In 2018, at the Tournament of Champions gold medal match for the men's doubles open division, who were the 4 individuals that were on that court?
Damn it! It's
Can I
not.
take a guess, or a guess is not allowed?
You can guess because
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can guess.
just ding in, just ding in.
Ding.
I got it. Oh, go ahead.
No. Matt
somebody-
Wright.
Matt Wright.
No, that's
Did
wrong.
somebody type it in?
I did.
Did somebody who was watching type it in?
Oh no. Oh, you were
Oh.
talking about out there. No,
Oh, I was gonna
I
give them the
Googled it.
opportunity.
Yeah, he
Oh,
Googled it.
Googled it. He
Yeah,
Googled
it would have popped up there
Man,
if they
these
did.
guys are really good at Googling things.
Yeah, I'm the best.
All right.
Googler in the
Basketball,
world.
Michelle.
Okay,
This is
let's-
pickleball.
I don't know if there's viewers or
Pickleball.
not, but you want to give them an opportunity to try and chime in?
Yeah,
or-
let's go, guys. What's
All right.
up?
We'll give you
Throw
guys
some Facebook
30
comments up.
seconds.
Yeah,
If
everybody.
you're watching, you could win the TOC, which would be your choice of any color
Yep.
That's right.
koozie.
That's so
Yes,
true.
it'd be a
And
great
also
prize.
a freaking paddle of your choice. It's out there. It's out there.
Okay.
And while we wait for the answer, I'm going to go over there and do a little bit of research of my own, a.k.a. I got to take a bathroom break real quick.
All right, do it up. Do it up. Do it.
All right. 30 seconds, 20 seconds.
Jump on in, man.
So this is
Hey,
live.
Webby.
And Webby's now been replaced, man.
Please, Russian
The show is officially hijacked.
Yeah.
Hey, Zane Affleck, thanks for joining us. How are you?
All right, give me
Going
two
on, man. Go ahead. You gotta basically get your face right on that.
Zane, we're in the middle of a trivia competition, and I figured I'd throw a question at you, see if you know it, okay?
Yeah.
If you get this question right, you win the entire trivia competition because this question's worth 1,000 points.
Okay, let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. In 2018, at the Tournament of Champions, the gold medal match for the open division occurred between 4 individuals. Who were those 4 individuals in that gold medal match?
2018. Let's see. Kyle Yates. No?
No, Kyle Yates was not in.
2018?
2018.
Okay, hold on.
I had a better
I'm ready. Callan?
No.
2017. That was 2017.
2018.
2018.
Marson?
That was 20.
Oh my god, I already did better than Zane.
Hold on.
Wait, that was 2017.
Hold on. Tyson?
Okay, so that's 1 of the 4.
Matt? Goebel?
That's 2 of the 4.
Okay.
Versus...
Did anybody type it in?
Not yet. We have one from Tony Rowan said green. I don't
Dave Weinbach?
Green is correct.
No.
Dave Weinbach?
Dave Weinbach. Okay.
So who does Dave play with?
Dave Weinbach.
Hold on. Don't tell me.
Who did he play with?
He played
Not Matt Wright.
with
Was it Kyle Yates?
Wes Gabrielson.
Yeah.
What?
That is correct.
Yes!
Yeah.
That was such a great question.
Very good, everybody.
Yes. Very
so
nice.
the answer, people keeping score at home. The 4 people in that match was Tyson McGuffin, Matt Goebel, who won it, versus Wes Gabrielson and Dave Weinbach. It was a great match. It's on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure. It's a really good match.
I have it. right here. I'm going to be watching it later.
Yeah, we'll play the credits out to that match.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Can I watch it with you?
Of course you can.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just excited you're here, man.
Dude.
We haven't had a chance to hang out.
Dude, I've been watching, sitting in the corner waiting. You know,
Yeah.
Y'all had some all-stars on the show today, baby. You know, I don't even fit in.
Oh,
you know?
get out of here, man.
I just want to be able to hold y'all's, be all water boy.
Get
one
out
day,
of there.
You know.
Yeah. Hey, Webby, why don't you take my spot for a little bit? I got to do the same thing.
Oh my goodness gracious!
That was like the most awkward exit I could have possibly done.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
So Zane, do you freestyle? Zane, do you freestyle? by
Music
chance?
or-
Yeah, you drop bars.
Yes.
Got bars, baby.
This is my buddy Mark Malat. Yeah.
So
this is
are we climbing?
This is
the
my
viewers,
father.
Or have we gotten rid of all of them for you?
No, we still got viewers, man.
Okay, great.
This is riveting entertainment right
Great,
here. I love
great,
it.
Great.
And for anybody wondering, I am not Coolio with the hair. I'm not.
Dude, I'm glad you said something because I was wondering.
You know, I'm about to start busting out with the Gangster's Paradise here in no time.
Been spending most of our lives living in a pickleball paradise.
Pickleball
right?
paradise.
There we go. That might have to be
Gangster style.
the next parody that we do here.
Yeah.
I see Tony Roan says green. Was that the answer to a trivia question or
Yeah,
what? Okay.
He lost points on that one though.
Oh, sorry, Tony. You do not win the prize.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. So, we got 4 dapper individuals here. What's next? What's next on the agenda?
So
should we get nitty gritty or what?
Yeah, I think we should definitely get nitty gritty. I don't know what you mean by that, but it sounds good.
Okay. Well, it involves us keeping our shirts on, so that's good.
Okay.
I mean, that's just gritty. That's not nitty gritty.
Oh, Michelle's
all right,
back.
Michelle's back. All right, shirts off.
What's going on?
Okay.
Shirts off.
Well.
Get out of here.
So I've got a question for everybody. How about we start? We'll do what is this? Counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's counterclockwise.
Yep.
Other than being on the Eddie and Webby show right this very moment, what is your favorite pickleball memory so far, or one of your favorite pickleball memories or experiences?
That is tough. It would have to be this one right here.
Woo!
Yes.
No, it wasn't, Zane. You know it was Ben 2016 when you tore up that 4-5 competition in your last 4-5 event of your life when you slaughtered that bracket with that other 4-5 player and you decimated the competition, left them smoldering for that gold medal in Bend. It was incredible. It was a sight to see. That, by far, must be your favorite pickleball moment.
Eddie.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
I'm waiting for the explanation of this 4-5 slaughter.
That was his last one. It was when he became 5-0. Right?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite. It's too hard to pick.
Because they're all so great.
They're so great. Yeah, every moment is amazing.
Zane, do you love pickleball?
I don't think you can love anything. I think you can like it. You can like it a lot.
So is that a no?
Yes, I think you like it.
Is that a sad no?
It's no, you like it. Yeah,
I'm
I like
going to
it.
go with yes, and that he does love pickleball, but he has a hard time conveying his feelings, folks. So the answer was yes, he does, but he just has a hard time admitting it. Thanks, Zane. Thanks for being honest. All right.
Oh,
next.
it's your turn. Next.
Okay. Favorite pickleball memory? Shoot.
Yes.
Damn.
Or one of. It doesn't have to be the favorite. Because I always hate.
So
I always hate
much
answering.
better.
Yeah, I always hate
one of
answering. Like
them.
this is my
definitely,
favorite.
Definitely a highlight in my career was just recently at Centralia, Washington, in the indoor championships, where I got to play with Tyler Loong, and we won that. We won that tournament, but it was so great because we were down a game and a half, I want to say, against Tyson McGuffin and Irina Tereschenko, who are two of my freaking idols, right, in pickleball. And somehow we turned it around and we beat them in the bronze medal match. And then we went to continue on to the gold medal match where we beat the Newmans, who I also love and respect so much. So that's definitely one of my highlights in my pickleball career because of, and also the location and the indoor championships. Like the community in the indoor championships is so cool, and it is a different game. than the outdoor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
And,
really count on paper, does it? I mean,
Zane.
does it count?
So yeah, Michelle, that was a huge win. So yeah, congratulations.
I felt like it was a huge win.
It
Thank you, Rob Cassidy.
Thanks,
Zane.
indoor doesn't count.
You guys,
No, Zane,
you guys
it
yelling at
does.
each other?
And Zane, when you come to the indoor championships and challenge us, then we'll go ahead and talk.
It's just too
Michelle,
easy. Indoor's
so
too
Michelle,
easy. Too easy.
Congratulations on that win because that was such a
Thank
big
you.
win.
Thank you, Rob
Allow me
Cassidy.
to finish my compliment. Because it was such a big win because of, like you said, how big that bracket was, and you guys played freaking awesome. And I also want to solidify what she said. That tournament is like a festival. The Centralia Indoor International is such a great tournament. The atmosphere is just, it's what keeps me coming back every year. I love that tournament. I'll be there every year for the rest of my whatever.
Nice.
Pickleball career.
That's right. That's right. I'll be crawling there. I registered.
So first, before I even get into my pickleball story, Rob Cassidy just stole Michelle Esquivel's beer and
What?
not just sipped it, but
So I'm gonna get more.
but crushed it.
You have
but
no proof.
The thing that this empty glass is the proof.
I
But
could
the
have
thing
been
that
an empty glass.
he didn't
that was
know
there. That was already there.
that beer was my beer
That's what he said.
that I was sharing with
That's
Michelle.
what he said.
So now I'm beerless. I'm
Oh
thirsty.
man.
Beerless but not fearless.
There you go.
No, beerless and fearless. There we go.
At the
There we
Beer
go.
City Open.
There you go.
So for me, I'd say my biggest pickleball moment is anybody who's watched any of my singles matches knows that it's always a crapshoot. I'm either on fire or I'm just like, yo, who let this guy register for this? Well, at 2018 Nationals, I had a flight out of LAX at around 6 p.m. And I started playing earlier, like, you know, I don't know, 11 a.m. start time. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to change my flight because I'm probably going to go 0-2. Well, I ended up going deep and then getting a bronze medal. And I missed my flight and had to buy a one-way ticket back home. And that one-way ticket was just as much as my round-trip ticket that I had already purchased.
Oh man.
That was an expensive
Ouch.
medal, but it's one that I'll never forget.
Oh, I
So,
bet.
I'll go that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where I'm at so far.
That's
Nice.
that's some great hardware to have right there.
Yeah.
for sure.
Expensive, but, you know, it is what it is. What about you, Rob?
Oh my gosh, dude. I can barely file cabinet these bad boys. How many fantastic memories I have with pickleball. I can't even tell you what. So I picked out two, right? An honorable mention, you know, Simone Jardine giving me the thumbs up after she wins her gold medal match at Nationals. Like, that's just cool things like that. Like, you know, like, that happened. I love that, you know. I love Simone. She's just such a great player.
She's awesome.
But the two that I'll give right now, I'm going to give two, if you don't mind. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
go for it.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate you. So two, I'll go one. U.S. Open this year, right? This is the fourth year, right? It is.
Of the U.S. Open.
Yeah. And I'm there. I'm like, you know, just kind of walking around. I've got like my cargo shorts on, and I just kind of, here we go again, another year. You know, there's no way that's going to be different, or there's no way it could be better than last year, right? Within about 8 minutes of being there, I'm on the show court, okay, being called onto the court by Morgan Evans to play a rec game with myself, Morgan Evans, against Dave Weinbach and Matt Wright.
Oh, nice.
So in terms of, you know, as far as rec play goes, that's just a dream come true.
Oh, yeah.
Right? On the center court, on the zigzag court at the U.S. Open, you know, the music's playing in the background. They had a fantastic soundtrack this year. That sound guy did a fantastic job. And that whole game, the 3 games that we played, it was just a wonderful time. I was like, oh yeah, this is why I play the game. This is why I come. This is why we do this. This is who we are, and this is why it's great. You know what I mean? So it just really, really hit home. That was fantastic.
Nice.
That's one, right? The second one, I'll say, happened last week. Okay, I'm in Rochester, New York, walking through the mall because in Greece the DMV is connected to the mall. So I had to go to the DMV to take care of a couple things, and I'm the type of person that when I have a ticket, I walk around the mall instead of staying in the DMV. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. They got nice people here.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so painting the picture. Walking through the mall, waiting for my DMV, right? Waiting for my DMV ticket to get called. You guys know how that works? I stop into a Zoomies.
I'm good.
I'll just do my best to tell this story as best I
Thank you.
can.
Thank you, sir.
I stop into a Zoomies. You might be familiar with that store. It's a younger audience, and as you know, the employees at those types of stores, it's basically mandated or protocols for them to ask me if I need anything, or if there's anything they could help me with, right?
Right.
And the last thing I wanted was just to be talked to by someone who it was in part of their job description to talk to me, right? You with me? I was like, can't this guy just read my face and know that I don't want to be asked if I could be helped right now, right? Okay, yeah, could you, like, look at my face, like, don't. right? So that's where I was at. I was like, I just want to walk around, please, right? So instead of asking me what if I needed help with anything, he said, "Pickleball? Oh, you play pickleball? Yo, I love pickleball. It's fun." That shit. And he went off on it. I happened to be wearing my U.S. Open shirt, like underneath a jacket, and he's like, we play that game. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad, man. I love this game. Kid's probably like 22, 21 years old and working there, and he just went off on my shirt about how much he loves pickleball. And the two friends that were with him were like, they weren't giving that like snooty like, what the hell is this kid talking about? They were like, yeah, he's speaking the truth, you know? And like, I don't know, it kind of like turned me around. He was just like kind of talking to me about pickleball that way. A young person to kind of approach me and start talking to me about how much he loves pickleball just because I happen to be wearing a shirt that said the words on it.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And they were like, wait, why does your shirt say it? And I was like, oh, this is from a tournament in Naples. They're like, oh, so you compete in it? They're like, oh, we got a pickleball god in here. Like, that's what he said. I was like,
nice.
Not that far, but yeah, man, appreciate it. And he's like, I was like, so I walked around the store, tried to play it cool for a little bit, and I wanted to thank him. I was like, hey, it was nice talking to you earlier. He's like, yeah, you got an Instagram? Like, how do we follow you? I was like, yeah, I'm trying to keep an Instagram. So yeah, you could check me out, Rob Cassidy 7. I can't believe I just plugged that. Plug it now. That's when you know you've made it, right? When you plug things.
That's right.
Rob,
on the Eddie and Webby show.
Yeah,
Rob,
exactly. Yeah.
I have a similar story.
Hold on. Let me just wrap it up.
Okay, wrap it up.
So
I have a similar story.
I said, thank you so much.
No,
I said,
this is good.
I said I compete in Michigan next week, and he goes, hey, good luck, man. We'll be rooting for you.
There you go.
And I was like, that was freaking awesome.
That's so
nice.
My expectation of being bothered by an individual leading to that was a pretty cool pickleball moment.
That's
and like
very
I said,
cool.
that's just one of hundreds of thousands that I most like. I can't even.
Yeah.
John Gardner. He's probably about 75 years old. He's a Rochester legend in my opinion in terms of the community. I'm not saying he's a 5'5" player, but John Gardner has been on the round in Rochester, which is where I learned how to play pickleball forever. And I got to play a game with him Sunday morning. And you know what I mean? Like just those types of things are so great. You know?
Yeah.
You'll never forget it.
Yeah, like I'm giving back, he's giving. It's just too good.
There you
it's
go.
Too good. So.
You know.
Yeah, I personally have had some amazing experience just this past year. It's been crazy.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, just today absolutely is going down in history as one of my favorite days ever. I mean, just this right here is epic.
Yes.
You like this?
This is awesome, man.
like
I
coffee,
love this.
bro.
I love this.
You know you like that the trivia. You know
Oh yeah,
you
that
like
was awesome. That was a first.
tentative
That was a
about
first for the show. I liked it.
I was kind of like, I don't know how this is. And then Zane Affleck showed up, and I was like, oh, we got this.
This is awesome.
Got this.
So this is what we call squad goals. Squad goals.
Squad goals.
Squad goals.
Nice.
You know, everybody vibing together. We chilling, man. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
good times
man.
with good friends, playing good pickleball. I mean, beautiful weather, beautiful food, beautiful beer. Thanks, Michelle, for the round.
Absolutely.
Michelle, thank you so much for
Yeah,
the
thank you.
Yes, I enjoy.
I needed another one. Thank you.
I enjoy your guys' company. So
Beer's gross.
as you're drinking your beer, let me tell
Beer's
you my
gross.
story.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I've really admired, and I hate to say this because it's so expensive, but I've really admired Lululemon's clothing. Okay,
How much are they paying you, Michelle?
they're not.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
That's a problem. Like I go and I grab this like clothing because I love it so much. So I go, just like you, Rob. I kind of like was talking to the owner.
I've never been to Lululemon.
Well, you know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
Okay. So I was talking to who I didn't know was the owner of the company, or not the company, but the store of Lululemon in Minnesota when I was doing a camp over there. And I was trying to find, a couple things here and there. And sure enough, because we were talking pickleball, he just let me have a few things from the store. Because we were talking pickleball. Because he loved the sport so much. And I was telling him, look, I play professional pickleball. I compete within the top of the game. I'm top 5 in singles.
You are the top of the game.
I try to be. I try.
Fun fact: this year was Michelle Esquivel's first U.S. Open. And in singles, which is not easy in that environment, in singles, and we all know if you lose once, you can't take the gold, correct? We all know that format.
I did
Michelle
learn that.
Esquivel took a game from Simone Jardim in their best of 3. She went 3 games with Simone Jardim, and she also went 3 games with Lucy Kovalova.
Wow.
That was her first year at the U.S. Open. You
remember that?
I mean, somebody typed it to me. I just read it.
Yeah, that was intense.
All right.
Thank
Shifting
you.
gears. Oh no, thank you. Shifting gears. Zane, who brought you onto pickleball?
I want to know that
Zane,
for myself.
Zane, I want one name. Who brought you onto pickleball?
I want to know.
Who did?
Okay, Michelle, let him answer.
Sorry.
One name.
You guys wouldn't know him. So
Starts with a G. Rhymes with N. Denning. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we know him. Just say the name.
No. It was actually my high school baseball coach.
Nice.
He was my teacher for a lifetime sports class, and he would take us over to the college in our town, and he'd just say, well, there's pickleball, there's basketball, and I played pickleball with him for the first time, and didn't know what I was doing, but they had the wood paddles and everything.
How'd you feel about it when you played?
Back in 2011.
How'd you feel about it when you played?
You were in high school in 2011?
Jay. Times are changing, Jay.
Sorry. That just threw me off.
Zane,
Why? How old do you think I am?
I mean, I graduated in 04. Jesus Christ, you make me feel old.
High school
you are 7 years older than me.
Me
son.
too.
Zane,
Yo, that's why we're married.
That's why we're married.
So yeah, my
Zane, when you played the game the first time, how'd you feel about it?
I thought it was pretty stupid. I mean, I thought baseball was obviously basketball, football, way more fun, obviously. But I was in high school, so I wasn't really about.
So, just what? How did you feel about it?
Well, I thought it was stupid mainly because the paddles back then were mostly wood. I don't think everybody really, because unless you were probably a tournament player back then, you really didn't know what was like the better technology.
Let's delve a little bit.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so you thought that it was stupid because
of the wood paddles.
Because the technology wasn't there.
Yeah, it just made the game like a little boring because you don't have the same shots. With a wood paddle, you can't hit the same shots.
And what
you can't do the
kept
same
you
things.
playing when you thought the game was stupid?
I didn't play. So then I went off
now
to
we're getting
college. I got a scholarship for baseball, and I ended up focusing on baseball. I served a mission for my church. So I just was away from it for like 4 or 5 years. And then after I graduated and was done in like 16?
Yeah.
I decided I saw some guys playing out in St. George, where I'm from, and there was obviously better paddles, different stuff, friends, and then just kind of like thought the game was a little bit more fun.
A little less stupid?
I mean, there's more shot selections, different things you could experiment with, different materials, and then your friends I'm competing with my peers. Back in high school,
Zane,
those guys are high school people.
Zane, I have a question.
Yeah.
Me too.
Does it say in the rule book that you can't attempt to hit somebody with your serve?
Yes. And why are you asking this question, Rob Cassidy?
You're jumping ahead, Michelle.
You jumped the gun, Michelle.
Okay,
you just can't do that.
Guys, let's all just take a deep breath. Let's all just take a deep
Are we
breath.
talking about the infamous Nasty Nelson?
No, guys. No, we're not talking about any of that.
Tim.
Okay.
All I'm asking, Zane, and I'm asking if I'm asking you, does it say somewhere in the rule book that you can't attempt to hit somebody with your serve?
Should we ask the head referee? We should ask the head referee.
I didn't mean to pull anything up. I wasn't sure if you knew or not, but as far as my understanding is that it doesn't state in the rule book that you cannot attempt to.
You cannot.
I haven't read the entire thing. I consider myself a 4.0, 4.5 ref. You can't. You're not allowed to.
You are a 5.0, 5.5, 6.0 ref because you have done.
Well, after 6 beers, of course, I'm a 5.5 ref. Of course.
Look, Zane.
So wait. So. I believe it does not say in the rulebook that you cannot attempt to. So that's really just where I want to start off. I'm not trying to go anywhere crazy or anything.
Okay.
All right.
But in the rules, right, we can all agree, to our knowledge, and none of us have read it.
Actually, I have. I'm a
here we
USAPA ambassador. I've read
we
the
go.
entire.
Here we
I've
go.
read the entire rule book. I
The
do
head
not.
referee?
I cannot say that there is a rule that says that.
Thank you, Webby. I knew we had you here for a reason. I knew we brought you here for a reason.
You read it from cover to cover.
So yeah, so it doesn't state, and rightfully so, in my opinion, right? Hey, gamesmanship, unsportsmanlike conduct, what have you. But But that's, I mean, I'll get to where I could go with this anyway.
Go for it.
Sure. We could start. I'll jump to Atlanta, right? Raise your hand if you were at Atlanta this year.
Can I raise 2 hands?
Rob was not there, but he knows the
Webby,
story.
were you there?
I was not there, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Webby
Zane, you were
probably
there?
knows the story
I got kicked
too.
out.
Do you have a hand? You didn't raise it? All right. Well, we had people who were there. Anyway,
Were you there, Rob?
No, unfortunately, I had to work.
How did you know this?
It got brought up to me. I didn't get to see any of your online banter or anything like that. I didn't get to see that, but I heard from what I understand is the facts, and so I made inferences from the facts that I heard. So I thought it was a very interesting occurrence of what happened, and I mean, I don't feel that where you were entirely in the wrong. So you're welcome.
So can we like recap what happened?
Yeah, I feel like we need to. I feel like we need more information here. I think I know where you're going with this.
Rob, please explain. 'Cause I'm not very good.
Or maybe Zane or whoever.
I mean, Rob seems to have the facts.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'd like. Okay, so you guys were there. I'll go through the process. If I say anything wrong, I'd like you to correct it. If you have anything to add, I'd like you to add it. But Michelle, no yelling. Okay. Done with the yelling.
All right, I'll keep her in check. I got her.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning, okay? In this match, it's not the first time it's ever been done, folks. Zane Affleck boldly decides to attempt to hit an opponent with his serve, which is referred to as the Nasty Nelson. So it actually has a name for a play.
I actually hit.
Are we talking about men's doubles or mixed?
I hit the Puppet Master.
No, we'll just get to what's important.
Wait, well, the day before I had already hit the Puppet Master.
Sure, which is very great. That's just a great occurrence that occurred. That's fantastic.
Isn't that very
So what occurrence are you talking about? Are you talking about the...
We all need to just stay focused.
Okay.
I thought that's what this was going to. I thought there was going to be this story.
Oh, you knew I was the guy?
I did. There's a video recently got put out there about it.
Know that you're the guy?
So much. Anyway, guys, we're talking about rules and what's right and wrong, and were things justified? Okay. So the facts of the matter are: in the match, Zane Affleck attempted to intentionally hit an opponent with his serve,
which is legal.
Did you successfully hit the opponent?
Which one? The Tim Nelson?
The one that you got expelled from the tournament.
No, I did not.
You did not.
Yeah.
And how many times did you attempt to hit that individual? Or an individual? It doesn't matter.
On the serve?
Yeah.
Yeah, so once.
Once? Only once?
Yes.
Okay. And on that one attempt, is that when you received your warning?
No.
No. When did you receive your warning?
I didn't receive a warning.
You didn't receive a warning?
For hitting a Nasty Nelson?
Yeah.
No, I never did.
You didn't receive a warning. Okay, so you intentionally attempted to hit the opponent. You didn't hit him. You didn't hit them.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Just disqualified.
You said 2 words. Just disqualified.
Yeah.
They disqualified you for attempting to hit that individual?
Yeah.
It went from A to B like that.
Yes.
That's more like A to Z.
Honestly, consequence, it doesn't sound like we have everything there, but I'll just say
it doesn't.
The consequence of attempting to hit somebody with the serve and missing means you lost the point because it's not a legal serve, and then it's a serve too. There's risks involved with attempting to do the Nasty Nelson.
Oh yeah,
high risk, high reward.
Nasty Nelson, coined after Tim Nelson, who was generally the first person who created that.
Right.
Who Zane Affleck, the creator of the Nasty Nelson, Zane Affleck, Nasty Nelson, the creator of the Nasty Nelson.
I want to hear more about that. I want to hear it from the man himself.
I do too. I really do.
There's too many things to talk about.
Let's do it.
Let's get to that.
Spill the beans.
We'll get to that. That's a beautiful moment. That is a beautiful moment.
That was such a good build-up.
What I think we need to do is delve through.
Can we watch the video at the same time?
We've all seen.
Oh man, I bet
our viewers would love to see it.
If Eddie was here. Where's Eddie at? If Eddie was here, he could pull it up.
I don't know where he is.
All right, Michelle.
I can diagnose the whole thing.
Zane. Okay, Michelle.
I would like to have commentary on the video at the same time.
Zane,
That'd be
1
more
second,
fun
please.
for me.
So, Michelle, you were there also.
I
right?
was.
Zane is apparently incapable of painting the full picture for me.
We need the video of our Nasty Nelson.
Would you mind filling me in here, okay? I'm going to start us off, and I'm going to have you fill us in, okay?
And I'm going to step away. I'm going to fill Eddie in on what we need to happen.
Okay.
It can happen. You can talk over the video.
What we need to eventually
I hope our viewership goes up.
We're not jumping to him hitting Nasty Nelson yet. We're not there yet.
Sorry, I keep jumping the gun. That's where I want to get to. But
it's okay, but you have the facts. All right.
It is kind of weird getting out of the seat. I know what you're talking about.
All right,
Wouldn't
Zane.
it be?
All right, Zane.
Wouldn't it be?
Zane.
Is our viewership
Zane,
up yet?
Zane, are you with me here?
I want his. Yes,
Zane,
I'm
obviously my time is running short because
we got to play tomorrow.
no, the ability for people to focus. But Zane, here we are. Okay.
Here we are.
Why did you get ejected from the tournament?
Why? Why, Zane?
No, like
I do not know.
Okay, he doesn't know. Okay, from my understanding, you attempted to nasty Nelson somebody more than once. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, at that day once.
So
The day before I hit
the
the min.
warning on the first one.
Wait,
No,
there was
the first
only
one
one.
was the day
There was
before.
only one. Yeah.
When you were talking about that one, you
Hold
guys.
on.
You guys are very unfocused.
We have no, but this is the thing, Rob. You have to make it a little bit more specific. Who was he playing with? Who were the opponents? And who was he trying?
That's not relevant.
I believe it is because he doesn't understand if it's mixed or if it's men's.
It's not relevant.
Because he tried to do the Nasty Nelson on men's doubles,
No.
right?
And he succeeded.
And
Jeff Warnick, my
and-
good buddy, successfully had done that previously too.
Exactly. And he tried to do it in mixed doubles too.
It's not relevant, and it's very unfortunate because we're gonna bosh what the true message of your injustice is, which is very unfortunate. These guys are taking selfies, man. There's no focus in radio. There's no focus in radio anymore these days.
There's
just no focus.
Look,
in
look, you have. Okay, let's just paint the picture.
Listen,
Let's
okay,
paint
nope,
the picture.
Forget it. Obviously, my sources I can't gauge, so I will tell you folks at home the story that I know. Once upon a time, Zane Affleck was.
Okay.
Yeah, get closer to the mic and say okay louder.
Okay.
Creepers. Once upon a time, Zane Affleck was playing pickleball at the Atlanta Open, and he attempted to do a nasty Nelson, which is a perfectly legal play in pickleball. If you hit the person with the ball, it's your point because they needed to get out of the way. They need to let that ball hit the ground. If you miss that individual, it's their point because it's not a legal serve. It's out of the box. So there's a risk involved in it, which is fantastic. Okay, somewhere along the lines of when Zane was attempting his nasty Nelson, the referee gave him a warning for unsportsmanlike conduct. Is that accurate?
Is that accurate?
You don't have to repeat. Michelle, you don't have to repeat what
I just want to know.
Michelle, it's very distracting when you repeat what I say.
No, what happened?
Yeah, here we go.
Was a technical warning for swearing.
A technical warning for swearing was issued. When did you
Yes.
swear?
After a serving fault was called for starting your serve before the score was called, which I thought was pretty borderline because it's a discretionary call,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I thought, no, there's no chance. And to myself, I said, bullshit.
I understand.
And
Yeah,
apparently the ref heard it and they gave me a technical warning
foul.
for it, for talking to myself.
Okay, so fantastic, folks. Let the painting be revealed. There was never a warning. So this is great. This makes me feel better. There was never a warning given for the attempt of the nasty Nelson. There was never a warning of sportsmanlike conduct involved with the nasty Nelson. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect, because there shouldn't have been. Good. Well, that makes me feel so much better. Okay, so what the real story is Zane served his ball. Somewhere around the time when the score was called, the referee called a technical foul because he said that you served before. Oh no, excuse me. He called a fault because he said that you served before he finished calling the score.
Well, there was a couple of them.
And then
my partner had a couple, and I just thought they were borderline.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's just a ref's call. I mean, you can't argue with it. But.
So he gave you a warrant. He awarded a point because he claimed that you started your serve before he finished calling the score.
Yep.
And then you said, "Ref, that's fucking bullshit."
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm just kidding. No, what you really said was, "I want a new ref." And then he said, "Well, you can have a new ref, but everybody has to agree with it." And you said, "Well, you know what, ref? That's a little bit of that BS that we all know and love." And for that call, for that swearing, is that what they kind of removed you from the game for?
No. So
it doesn't matter at this point. Zane,
I want to hear Zane's
everyone
side.
wants the story, right?
I don't want it, but I guess you're gonna give it to me anyway. Sheesh. Go for it.
Okay, where do I start? Oh, we have the Nasty Nelson of. Should we start there first, though?
No, Zane,
Yeah,
go ahead and say
somewhere
what you got to say. Go
Say
ahead.
How much am I
say
getting
it.
paid for this? Just kidding. No, so yeah, so the previous day in this video here that's up, I had the nasty. It's just a way of getting a point, right? And sometimes if you can rattle your opponent, more power to you. This game is 99% mental. If you can rattle someone, and do whatever's legal, and if people want to call it unsportsmanlike, it's just part of the game. So honestly, a game's a game. You know, if it's off the court, I'm physically abusing you.
No, this is great.
That is completely
This is
different,
great.
right?
And Zane, real quick though, I apologize for interjecting.
Yeah.
But what you just said, I 100% wholeheartedly agree with.
Yes.
That being said, you were never penalized for attempting a Nasty Nelson in Atlanta. Is that correct?
Penalized, meaning like after I did this one right here? No, after this one, no, nothing happened.
Of any Nasty Nelsons that you attempted in Atlanta, were you penalized for them? No. Which makes me feel great because that's what I thought was occurring, and that makes me feel great. So anybody at home, the Nasty Nelson is a legal move, and it just I understand that things happen and there might be justifications and whatnot in there, but the fact of the matter is that there was no penalizations at the Atlanta Open for attempting a Nasty Nelson.
Well, technically, I guess you would count it that as being penalized for doing it, since the for getting disqualified after doing it. So the penalty was getting disqualified.
The penalty that you received had nothing to do with your attempt of Nasty Nelsoning in an individual. Is that correct?
No, that's not true. He's saying that he didn't get a warning, but after his last Nasty Nelson attempt is when he got disqualified.
Yeah,
Is that
I got
correct?
disqualified for the Nasty Nelson, so technically
Correct.
that's the penalty.
So you got disqualified for attempting a Nasty
Correct.
Nelson?
That's exactly what he's saying.
That's
right.
So that's what I've been asking all factual questions.
I don't know how to explain it.
Can you guys explain to everyone what is a Nasty Nelson?
No, we've already done that.
Have we done that?
Yes.
Okay, so on the serve.
Zane. So, excuse me. You're now telling me that when you got disqualified, it was immediately after you attempted to Nasty Nelson an individual?
Yes.
Correct.
And what was... Well, thank you, because now I'm back on the page that I was supposed to be on. And what was their justification for that?
A ref doesn't...
Unsportsmanlike conduct? What were they trying to say?
The ref never gave me
So you didn't
a reasoning.
you didn't get disqualified for the swearing. You got a technical foul, and then after the technical foul for he said the word BS, which is not acceptable terminology on the pickleball court. Everybody understands that. So you got a technical foul for that, and then after that you attempted a Nasty Nelson, and then they disqualified you?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. That is wrong then. Because as we stated earlier, there is nothing in the rule book that states it is illegal to attempt to hit the opponent with the serve.
Nasty Nelson.
I mean,
we are now where we needed to arrive.
Yeah. Nasty
God.
Nelson equals a legal move. I mean, it's a high risk, high reward move.
Yeah.
And if you take that chance to try to catch your opponent off guard, if you catch him off guard, good for you. If not, hey, you're S out of luck.
So even if you're intentionally doing it,
you did not succeed,
and it's not accidental,
but
it's still legal.
It's a legal move.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, legality, frowned upon, smiled upon, those are two different things.
Sure.
Does it say that you can or cannot do it in the rule book? And we clarified with all of our professional refs earlier. It does not state in the rule book that you can't attempt to do that.
Can I tell you though that I have I have heard otherwise, and
that the rule book does state that you cannot do that.
Correct. I have heard that. Now again,
well, maybe we should just crack one open. Jesus.
I totally agree. I wish we had one in front of us because then we can totally do it. Because I have heard that. Now I agree with you. I think that it should be, a ref can never gauge intention, right? It's not a black or white thing, or it's a very gray thing. Intention is not something you can judge. So is it something that technically a referee should have the say in? No. So I agree. If you Nasty Nelson someone, your point. Move on.
Yeah, if you miss, you receive the consequence. Yep. If you hit them, you receive the reward.
Kyle tried to do it on me today, and I got out of the way because I'm lightning fast. Like I can't speed and reflexes.
You got out of the way of one of them.
But if you would have hit me, I would have been like,
nice shot.
Yeah, here's the thing: is a lot of people, if people are laid back and have a more, just relaxed. Just has a more relaxed personality, right? They're a little bit more lax with things, then you can attempt nasty and have no repercussions. But if someone chooses to complain, then that's a personal problem, and I think you can get personal, biases out of it.
So here's
because
where
of
I need
that.
to continue with that, okay? So it's not a personal thing. In terms of refereeing, it should be objective, okay? If it's the rule, then I apologize. Then you're right. They shouldn't be doing it. But if it's not a rule, then you know what that means? That means that it's part of the game, okay? And here's where I'm going with this, folks, okay? Because in terms of positioning, okay, where's the most advantage? I'm going to jump right to it, guys, because who knows how much time we have, okay? Why should Zane be at fault for attempting that shot, okay? He shouldn't be. If it's within the rules, then he's allowed to be. Was there money on the line? Yes. Is this a cutthroat game at the highest level of competition?
Yes.
And that's okay, because that's what brings us out to do this.
All's fair.
Sometimes we look for that level of competition, okay? Anyway, that being said, okay, it's illegal. If it's illegal,
it's a legal, right?
If it's a legal thing to do,
yeah,
then there's no way, shape, or form that he should be penalized for attempting it. Okay, no one should feel uncomfortable for him attempting it. Okay, why is he attempting it? And here's where the nitty gritty comes to play. Okay, so Zane's serving, right? You know, in terms of normality, he would serve cross court to the person who's way on the back line to receive that ball. Why is that person way on that back line? Because that's the most correct or advantageous spot for that person to play the bounce, receive the serve, and return it. Okay? Why is the other person at the kitchen line? Because that is the most advantageous spot for them to be while the point continues out.
Yep.
Okay? So, why shouldn't there be a risk in that person holding down the most advantageous spot for them to be? That person on that kitchen line who takes the chance of being hit by the serve has the option of taking 6 or 7 or 8 steps back and giving zero opportunity for that person to hit them with the ball. So, in terms of gamesmanship or what the rules are, that person should be ready and understand what the consequences are for them maintaining the most advantageous positioning when receiving serve.
Yeah.
So let me just say this. The only person that should be penalized for attempting a nasty Nelson is the server if that person that they're attempting to hit with a legal ball steps out of the way.
Yep.
I mean, that's just that. I mean, again, it's a legal play. Again, all's fair in love and war, but if we're playing by the rules, I'm not doing anything malicious. You know, the person who's not receiving the serve should probably be paying attention to the server just in case they're going to go for the nasty Nelson. And if you're sitting there looking at your partner or doing whatever, picking your nose, counting to 10, it doesn't matter. If you're not paying attention and you get hit with that ball, that's on you. You know, again, within legality, playing by the rule books, because that's what we want to do. I'm going to have to go with Rob on this one. You know, I feel like he was well within his rights because he didn't initially get warned for the nasty Nelson, which is a legal play. It was for language, which is something totally different, and I get that. It is what it is.
There's nothing in the rulebook that states that it's mandatory for the non-receiving opponent to stand at the kitchen line. That's their option. And they have the option to stay further back and have less of a risk of being hit by the serve. And I think that advantageous position is something that is earned or maintained as opposed to be automatically given. You don't just get to be at the kitchen line. You have to be there, holding it down, watching the server, and ready to dodge their serve. I have no problem with that.
Yep.
Hey, safety. Safety is obviously the number one and important part of this game.
For sure.
But that's something that you take into your own hands, right? We all have the option to wear eye protection. That's our option. And I love the fact that we have the option to not wear eye protection, right? That's us taking it into our own hands.
Yeah.
So that being said, you need to take the rest of it into your own hands, right? If you don't feel safe up there at that kitchen line, then you have the option to move back. You are the one who put you at that kitchen line, not the server.
He hit it on the head. I mean, he absolutely hit it on the head. Seriously, in racquetball, it's you have to wear eye pro. In pickleball, it's your decision. I mean, it's your discretion. We're all adults here. Minus the juniors. And then at that point, it defaults to their parents' decision. But We're all over 18. We can choose to wear our iPro. Like you said, that advantageous position puts us closer to that line. Right. If we feel scared, wear iPro. If not, back it up.
About that.
You know, straight up.
You know, you don't just get to stay up on that kitchen line and watch the butterflies flow by as while Zane Affleck serving. You know what I'm saying? He's going to catch you, put you in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah.
Right?
Make it a little uncomfortable for you. I like it.
Yeah, you got to keep your opponent uncomfortable.
Yeah. I like that.
So, Zane was penalized. I wasn't there. I wish I was, tell you what. But, Zane was penalized for, perhaps foul mouth, things of that nature. But in no way, shape, or form should he be penalized for attempting that play, especially if the rule book, and I have not confirmed this yet, but especially if the rule book doesn't specify that it's an illegal play.
Where's Don Stanley?
I just want to hear it from Zane's point of view.
Boom.
I want to hear exactly what happened on your point of view. But Rob, I absolutely agree with everything that you said.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, it gets no realer than that.
I have a better idea. Let's go ahead and reward Zane with what he deserves. We're gonna play a clip. We're gonna play a nice slow-mo clip.
Here we go.
So this is from the first day, not the second day in question.
Start over. Yeah, let's start over.
This is from when.
They zoom in.
Zane, you did this twice.
He nasty Nelson.
Yes.
How'd that feel?
So from like a family standpoint, or from a progression of the game standpoint, do we agree with this strategy or with this?
I mean, it was a point, 100%. And to be honest,
no, I'm not looking for an answer.
I
was gonna say 100%.
From your cutthroat perspective,
yeah. No, I mean, I got the here's point. The thing in this situation: when you do something like that, it mentally gets on someone's head, and they play differently. And if that's an advantage to winning a match, I think if I got hit with a ball, if I can't mentally handle that and I can't play normal, then I would say kudos to the person who hit me, because it's a way of winning.
Right. And in this situation, kudos to you. I mean, I don't know if you won this match.
Honestly, I won this match, and I don't know what would I mean, who knows? No, you never know.
Every single person sitting at this table, even Eddie.
Even Eddie.
Well, I mean, look how frustrated he is.
Every single person at this table knows how mental this game is. Knows how mental it is. So what I was really getting at really quick was, from an outsider's standpoint, from a family's standpoint, from a progression of the game standpoint, is this a type of strategy that we want in our game, right? And that question aside, doesn't matter in this situation because it's based on the rules. So whether you like it or not, the rules are the rules, and in no way, shape, or form should have Zane been penalized for attempting that play.
Let's separate that. So I think at this point, at this point, rules established. Let's roll with the assumption that it's legal, right? Because to me, a referee can never judge intent. You can't do it.
Yeah.
It's impossible for a referee to ever judge it. So let's throw that out the window and say a nasty Nelson's a legal move. We all good there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Let's talk about intent. Tuck comes down to strategy, right? And obviously that's what we're talking about here is the mental harm, not the mental advantage that you're going to get over somebody.
Yeah.
So specific to that situation, was that the intention?
I mean, look in other sports too, in baseball and other sports, you back someone off the plate by throwing inside. And if it hits you, that's a risk you take.
Yeah.
And get a free base.
Yeah.
But people get offended, and honestly, I don't know. It's just I don't know why people get offended. I mean, honestly, it's a strategy, because if I brush him off the plate with an inside fastball as a pitcher, he might back up off the plate a little bit. Now it opens me up to an outside corner, and I can strike him out easier. See, I see the strategy in a lot of things. If people choose to be offended, that's the thing. Is people just can't. You can't let things get to you, and if you let it get to you, I think it's on you. You know what I mean?
And I think that's a valid point, right?
Yeah.
At the same point, I think you can understand that probably there are certain people out there who would consider that to be
unsportsmanlike or whatever. But
right. And I'm not saying that's my opinion.
Yeah, you can't judge intent sometimes. But yeah, I mean, if you could see that two people had been arguing, if a pitcher and a batter had been arguing before, and then I'm throwing inside, I could see that being intending to be kind of being a dick to them, right?
We can judge intent, right? Yeah. We can judge intent. Brushing somebody off of the plate to give yourself more shots. I understand that. And at the same time, ripping somebody's jaw off with a baseball, we can see that also. At the same time,
ripping somebody's jaw off.
Well, hitting them in the sorry, hitting somebody in
throwing that
This waste
ball.
went dark quick. didn't it?
intentionally hitting somebody in the head with a baseball. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not.
that's
yeah,
a
that's
little
that's.
different.
We can
but
see the
still,
intent.
they get a free base. That's the risk you put yourself, and you're
that
getting
free base, they
paid.
go to the
You're getting
hospital.
paid millions.
Yeah.
So Zane,
You're getting paid millions to put your life on the line, and
So
I don't
Zane-
think it's that big. I'm not gonna
So Zane,
have
obviously,
pity for
obviously-
someone who's making millions of dollars and they get hit in the
Zane,
head.
thank
with
you.
that.
Obviously, you represent the the far side of the gameship spectrum, which is great because this sport needs that, like all sports need that.
It's competition. It's just a drive of competition.
Exactly.
Nah.
What I like to maintain is the sanctity of the game, right? And just like baseball, no one wants to see a pitcher attempt to hit somebody in the head with a baseball.
No.
Right?
I don't know. It. Some people like that. You sell
Zane,
tickets.
well,
that
like I
sells
said,
tickets.
Zane, listen.
Call that sweet
Well,
chin
listen,
music.
like I said,
that sells tickets.
please,
though.
if you'll allow me. Like I said, you represent the far side of the spectrum
No,
of gamesmanship.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty gray.
I'm not
really
asking
black
you.
or white.
I'm not asking
No,
I'm pretty gray.
Zane,
I'm not asking you where you fall.
It's situational.
Zane.
It's all situational.
Zane, if you don't mind, I'm not asking you where you fall.
Oh, situational.
You land
Telling
on
you.
the far side of gamesmanship, which is perfectly fine.
No,
okay?
because I'm not going to do that every time. You know, it's a strategic move. It depends on how you're feeling.
Gamesmanship, like I said,
Zane.
Strategy.
gamesmanship.
So talk me through it, right?
Strategy.
Wait.
Go
Can
ahead,
I
with
can I
emotion.
say that Zane is one of the most controversial players of the game. He is.
Yeah.
He is. But he doesn't take it like that.
Okay.
He doesn't.
What's
He doesn't-
controversial?
Are you here to tell us how he takes it?
What's the controversy?
He is just one of those players who just
Give me an example.
All right, guys.
The Nasty Nelson.
Let me allow.
Nasty Nelson.
It's a legal
please
move,
allow-
Not
right?
one Nasty Nelson.
Please allow me to say a couple of quick things here.
Okay, go
If you
ahead,
don't mind.
Rob.
I'm
And
so
welcome back to
sorry.
the Rob Cassidy Show,
Rob
everybody.
Cassidy.
Yes,
So sorry.
the
Rob
Cassidy.
Cassidy. I love it though.
I'm
I
so
love
sorry. I'm
Good.
so sorry.
Do it up, man.
it. Don't be. Here we
What
go.
What it comes down to is the sanctity of the game.
Okay.
The game itself. And that's what we as players, as family members, as pickleball family, want to maintain and preserve. No one wants to see the game go in a malicious and unsafe direction.
Correct.
I would say that some people like that in other sports, though. How much do you like targeting in football? People
Zane,
love the hard hits.
Zane,
It's a penalty.
I appreciate your interjection
In basketball, people love the elbows
Everybody's
to the
gonna love
face.
vi-
I'm just saying that
Please,
makes
please,
drama.
please,
I'm gonna have
It
to
makes
side with
drama.
Zane
It sells
on this
tickets.
one.
It sells tickets.
I'm gonna have to
Please.
side with you on this
You-
one.
Please, if
sells
I could
tickets.
finish. If I could just
And
finish.
it rattles a team.
You're going to and when I'm
If
asking
a
if I could finish.
football
You're gonna
player
and if I
knows
could
you're
ask him to
coming
finish?
after them, you might be a little
Yeah.
bit more hesitant to
if
do a
you
certain play.
want
It's
to-
a strategic, entertaining
Please,
move.
Zane. Please, Zane. From someone who considers the game stupid. So allow me.
No.
Which is
He
you.
did consider the game
Yeah, he
stupid.
told us that
in
he thought the game was
2011.
stupid.
We're
No.
like 7 years past
From
that.
someone who considers the game stupid and denies their love for it, allow me to speak, please. Okay? Is that okay with you?
Continue.
Is that okay
Please
with you?
continue.
Please, thank you. Some of us who love the game outwardly and openly, okay? We really we demand respect for the sanctity of the game, okay? And in everything that we've talked about so far, I'm not saying that you've crossed a line of defiling that sanctity. However, in no way, shape, or form would I want this sport to go in the direction of violence to promote fansmanship or selling tickets.
No.
Okay?
Getting hit by a plastic
Please.
ball.
But it's
Please,
a difference
please,
between
please,
football
please.
and pickleball.
It's getting hit by a plastic
Please,
ball.
at this
Violence.
point, Zane, you forfeited your voice in that you think the game or thought that the game is stupid and refuse to
I'm with
devout
you.
your love for it.
I said the game
Don't
was
leave me
stupid.
hanging. I'm with you.
Long ago.
Oh,
So,
you're
yes.
just gonna leave me hanging. Okay, all right.
So
wait,
please, let me, please,
For the
name
10th
of
time, let Rob Cassidy finish.
for the
please.
love of the game, can I just say a couple things?
What happened
If
to
you
the
really
show?
loved the game, you would have been in Atlanta.
Oh.
You know what? And it's funny. I think
Yeah.
I met.
Keeping you in line?
I think I met Rob Cassidy at the previous Atlanta Open.
This is
if I'm not
getting good
mistaken,
over here.
over a cold one.
That's true.
That's
true.
very true.
Where was I while you were in Atlanta? Where was I, Zane, while you were in Atlanta? Where was I?
Work,
Not
work,
loving
work.
the game
Work,
enough.
work, work,
Not loving
work,
the game?
work.
You gotta love the game more than your work.
I was teaching the game to people who wanted to get better at it in
You
a
gotta,
dual state.
you gotta play the game to really love it.
So you're welcome. Man, you are just forfeiting your opinion so hard.
Oh my goodness,
Zane,
right now.
You've forfeited your opinion with me, and you're welcome for everything nice I've said about you so far.
But hey, Rob, so I got a question for you. So, we're sitting here talking about the validity.
Sons of guns.
No, we're not going to let you finish.
Apparently not. I'll have to finish on another day, folks. For the record, it's all about the game, the sanctity of it, safety first, having fun, and getting better. That's what we're all about. So if they're not going to let me finish, I'm going to finish with that. Love you, folks, and I'm going to swing it over to Jay.
So my question is, we're talking about the nasty Nelson, hitting a player, whether it be intentional or unintentional, since we can't judge intention.
Right.
But what about if you and your partner?
We have a first-hand
Check me out.
We have a first-hand observer right here.
What if your partner?
Joey Farias joining the game. Farias.
Nobody will let you get me the start off, Gizmo.
Okay, can I finish?
Yeah, come on. I want to hear.
So
absolutely.
We're talking about the poor sportsmanship and a nasty Nelson, or hitting somebody intentionally. A lot of times in pickleball there are body shots. And if somebody may duck into it, it may be a headshot, which is not intentional. Is the same malice behind it, where I'm trying to physically hit your body, but I'm not trying to physically hurt you because it's a legal play. Again, gray area with the nasty Nelson being kind of the same thing. It's not against the rules.
Right.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I do, and I think it comes down to the fact that it's a wiffle ball.
I get it.
Right?
I get it.
It's a wiffle ball. Yeah.
Really hurt somebody if you go for their body.
Yep.
It's really not going to cause any extra harm off the court, but get you a point. And it's a way to put somebody in an awkward position to try to defend themselves.
Yeah.
If they happen to defend themselves and put the paddle on it, the ball's going to pop up.
Yeah, it's a risk too. Yeah,
exactly.
but it's also a risk because they could also they could use that pace to put it back
for that shot.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dave Weinbach's made a living off people trying to go at him. Because the guy has one of the best backhand blocks in the game, same as Curtis Campbell. If you go anywhere close to his body, guess what? It's night for
Boom.
you, right? You have to go a little bit away from him. But there's other players like myself and some other players that when you come at my exact body and I don't expect it, I get a
little jammed.
Yeah, I get jammed. I pop up a bunch more than I would any other part of myself, and it's an absolute play in the game.
Yeah. So when you get hit. You get hit, right?
Yeah, it's part of the
you
game.
Move on.
It doesn't really hurt.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It might sting for a couple seconds if it's Zane hitting you, who can hit the ball exceptionally hard sometimes. him and Ben, and I'm trying to think who else. Tyson can put some heat on the ball a little bit, and
Okay.
Other than that, it's not that bad.
My response to getting hit with the ball, people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm just like, "No, you're good.
Yeah.
I should have had my paddle up.
Yep.
That's my fault." Again, it's part of the game.
Would everybody agree you get hit, it's your fault?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm butting in, saying
Go for
that
it.
the better players will capitalize on the fact that someone's paddle is not up and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm so sorry that I noticed that your paddle, you were more backhand ready, so I went to your forehand shoulder, or you weren't forehand ready, so I went to your backhand shoulder, and you got tagged with the ball. That's not on me. That's on you. You weren't ready, and you're playing at a level where you should be ready and expect anything to come at you. And if you're not ready, the better players are going to capitalize on you.
Never been hit in the body.
Right?
So, say that again.
Rob
Yeah.
Cassidy stays on the kitchen line, and my 4 years of playing, I've never seen him get hit in the body. Ever.
Interesting.
I saw it today.
Hands in the game.
Hendry
You know
did
what?
get you in the body. Hendry did get you in the body.
guy will let you do it during rec play to make it seem he's baiting you. He's playing the smarter game.
He's on to me.
Right? On a Thursday you can do it. On a Thursday you can do it all day. But on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, take it to the bank.
Nothing.
You ain't taking it. You ain't
Never in Hawaii.
So Rob, you've been very well behaved over there.
Oh, thank
like
you.
Matt Wright.
For the last 7 minutes.
For
Being the most
I'm
hit
very
player on a Thursday,
impressed.
Matt Wright.
Yeah.
On a Thursday, Matt Wright gets the most balls.
All right.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he ain't touching a thing unless he goes and takes it himself.
He wants that ball. He's got to go all the way over and get that.
All right.
On Thursday, all day he's getting it.
All right.
Same
All
as
day.
Kyle. Kyle's one of the same players. those top level guys on a different day, other than game day, they're going to see plenty of balls during rec play, during stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different situations, but yeah, during game day, it's a completely different story.
Okay. All right. So
never not behaved, Eddie. That's
Never.
me. That's just me. I'm never not.
I can't say that that's true.
Yeah.
I cannot say that that's true.
I can't say it's true either.
Pittsburgh? No, we're not going to go there.
Pittsburgh Gamma?
Pittsburgh Gamma Classic last year? No,
yeah,
no.
The underground.
No, you and the Golden Boy? Golden Boy left his paddles in the fucking.
Banned from Facebook.
Sorry.
We're done.
Please forgive me.
Is there the 2-second FCC?
Yeah, done. It's all good. It's all good.
But I honestly don't think, though, if you go at someone and tag them with the ball.
Sorry, guys. Bye.
That there's
Adios, Farias.
that there's any malicious intent behind it. It's like, yeah, my bad.
Joey
I was following,
Farias.
My paddle died.
Yeah.
So sorry. So sorry. Joey Farias signing him off, man. That's Tim Nelson's partner right now, man. That is some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, I beat that team.
they're an unorthodox.
Beat that team. That was that video.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Cool.
if
Tell us
you-
more about yourself,
If you,
man.
tag somebody, if you honestly tag somebody with the ball because their paddle wasn't ready,
Yeah.
they're
Then
not
that's a good
mad-
shot.
But they're not mad at you. They're like, yeah, I get
That's a
it.
good shot.
It was my bad. My paddle wasn't there.
Some are, but good players know that's their fault.
Yeah,
Yep.
for the most part, they know they got caught with their paddle down. When
Exactly.
do they get frustrated in the moment? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, they know they got caught with their paddle down.
And where are you from? I love your accent.
Is this going to turn into a dating podcast?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm from Gibraltar.
Oh, Gibraltar. Can you spell that for me?
Hotass.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
I'll see you after
Man,
the
this is-
podcast. I'll see you after the podcast.
My podcast has officially been hijacked. I love it. You guys are awesome.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
good.
walk
You're
away and
good.
Go back to the bar.
You're good.
Oh,
Don't
Michelle's
go
here.
in.
We're good.
I nasty Nelson this guy today.
Son of a gun.
Right in the face. Right in the face.
Oh,
Right in the
Nasty
face.
Nelson in the neck. Took him out.
It's everywhere.
In the neck.
Yo, I just want to say shout out to Eddie and Webby, man. Hey, these boys not only are they putting on a top-notch podcast, we are coming live to you from the Perrin Brewing Company facility in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I mean, we've got people from all over. I mean, New York, Virginia, California, Utah, Florida, and Gibraltar, and Wisconsin. You know, we've got people from everywhere just coming together for one common cause and to hit a plastic ball over a net.
Absolutely.
And we love it.
Yep.
And yet people get mad when you get tagged with the ball.
Hey, put your paddle up. Your paddle
guys-
should have been up.
Hey, Gizmo, thank you for bringing it back to perspective, man.
Hey,
I
come
love
on,
it.
baby.
I love
You know, that's what it's all about.
Right? Yep.
My wife made me do it.
Yeah.
Paddle up.
There you go.
Why are you pointing to Michelle as your wife?
Because we're commentary wife. and
commentary
husband.
wife.
Let me tell you, this duo here, solid.
Beast mode.
I don't know what happened, but it happened.
Have you met my sugar daddy Rob?
I have, yeah. Well, we try to do some fake commentary during the U.S. Open, yeah. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
Here, speaking to my
Have you
microphone.
met my sugar daddy Rob?
Yeah.
Ooh, sugar
Michelle,
daddy.
Michelle, I'm a little broke, right? Just call me Bob. I'm balling on a budget, baby.
Baba.
Balling on a budget.
Oh my gosh. You guys, this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Talking about controversial pickleball.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Talking about like the community, talking
There's
about
no
Eddie and
controversy in
Webby.
pickleball.
Oh, is there?
Whose beer is this?
Or is there not? It's yours now.
yours, man.
All right.
There's
It's
only
yours now.
controversy if your paddle's down.
Oh, Lee says there's only controversy when your paddle is
And
down.
my sugar daddy Rob tends to agree.
Sugar
I
daddy,
agree. Never not ready. You got to be never not ready.
never
He's
not
sitting
ready.
here with sunglasses on, looking like Stevie Wonder, so he's never ready for the ball.
That's right. That's right. Is it dark out or what?
Hey,
what time
it's 5
is it?
o'clock
What's
somewhere.
going
It is
on?
5
How
o'clock
long have I
somewhere.
been doing this for?
I don't know.
You know what else? It has. We are going on 3 hours, and we got to shut this show down here, guys.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
This
It's
is
been a
so-
blast, but
This is so much fun, Eddie.
well, listen. Here's the thing. We're going to be broadcasting all weekend.
All weekend long.
No, we're going to be doing matches. We're going to be doing interviews. We're like all this stuff, right?
I'd like. I'm sorry.
No. This is Eddie's
It's the Rob Cassidy show.
The Rob Cassidy show featuring
Get your own
Eddie.
I want to thank Michelle Top 4 Esquivel for being here.
Shut the hell
you
up.
keep my
Also,
wife's name out of
Jay
your mouth.
Best Dressed Hall
Oh, my
to
man.
my left.
Oh, my man.
Zane the Train Wreck Affleck.
Woo. Zane the
to
Train.
Hey,
our-
everybody. Boom, don't leave me hanging.
Don't leave him hanging.
Lee Whitwell's with us here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, Eddie, the one-man show, keeping it strong.
Wait.
Webby.
And Webby.
And Webby.
And Webby.
Oh,
Webby's
my.
Webby's
sorry.
holding up the cue cards behind us. This
Yeah.
is all scripted. He's holding up the cue cards, which we appreciate. Thank you so much.
We'll have to get him over here to shut down the show.
Pickleball.com.
And I may or may
Yeah.
not be Rob Cassidy. It's been a really good time hanging out with you guys, I gotta say.
So you got Rob Cassidy. You got your man Gizmo Pickleball.
Absolutely.
You got Michelle Esquivel.
What's up?
You got Zane
Affleck.
Train Affleck. And
Wow.
you got your man Eddie and Webby. And Lee Whitwell from Gibraltar.
Sanctity
What
of the
is
game.
up?
Let me hear the
That's
accent
all I
one
got
more
to
time.
say.
Let me hear
That's
the
all I got
accent
to
one
say.
more time.
Sanctity of the game. That's all I got to say. Sanctity of the game. Sanctity of
Okay, you've said that 6 times, Rob.
game.
Let me hear the accent one more time.
Hashtag controversial pickleball.
I love it. I
Straight
love
from the
it.
horse's mouth.
Eddie and Webby, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much,
doing
Eddie. Yeah,
what
Webby,
you
thank you so
do.
much.
We love it.
You the man.
Please, you guys,
You're the
share,
man. Yeah.
comment,
you
like,
go.
love,
All of that.
whatever it is.
Everything.
Please, 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 please contribute to what is going on, because if you want to know what's going on with the pros, with the game, with everything that's going on in pickleball,
They know.
They know. They know what's up. So please share, like, contribute.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
You're not asking a lot.
It's not
You're not
really
asking a lot.
It's just like one click.
That's it. Like, share.
One
that's
click.
It.
Michelle
Lee.
the Golden Queen Esquivel. How do we share?
We share by sharing the button on Facebook. We click that one little button.
Like
we
a like button or a share
the
button?
share button. And then everyone else gets to enjoy what you're enjoying.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Don't keep pickleball to yourself. Share it with your friends. Seriously.
Absolutely. And you know what? The knowledge, everything you get the controversy from Zane. You get everything. You get the input from the instructors and from the pro.
You get
from
the
the
Spanish
pros.
cuss words from Michelle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Lady Gibraltar over here, she is also in here.
Yo no entiendo nada.
Hey, listen.
What'd you say?
Listen, you just need to share. You need to share, you need to like, you need to comment, and so that everyone else gets to enjoy with you. It's not just you, it's with everyone. We want to share this game with everyone.
The world.
Okay?
The more you guys enjoy what we do and the more you share, the more the sport's going to grow and the more impact we're going to have. And
Absolutely.
This isn't the fastest growing sport in America for no
In
reason.
the nation.
I mean, it's just
Wait. Not in America now. Now we're talking about fastest growing sport in the freaking world. Okay? It's not even in the USA because we got Gibraltar over here,
Got Gibraltar,
Argentina over
yeah.
here, we got Mexico, we got everyone over here.
I'm just from Virginia.
Pickleball domination.
Yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is how we're going to grow our sport and the sport that we love. We love it. So
Yeah.
please like, share, comment, everything. Thank you so much, Eddie and Webby.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure.
Hashtag support those who support you,
Yeah.
man. That's what it's all about.
Dude, I love that message,
Absolutely.
man. Yeah,
That's
seriously.
it. You know,
Absolutely.
You got
guys are
people
awesome.
that's supporting you. It's just, loyalty. You got to
Yep.
support them. You got people pushing you in your corner, telling you to keep going, don't stop. If they trying to chase their dream, support them. Why not? They supported you this whole time.
Yep.
What you gonna do? Just sit there when they trying to chase their dreams? Push them like they pushed you. Let's go.
And
Let's
the,
do
and
it.
the bottom line is that it's a single pickleball is the single most sport that is applicable to everybody from 2 years old
There
to
you go.
98 years old.
Preach.
Yep.
You
Don't care
have
what
to be
color
a
you are,
pro.
what race, none of
It
that.
doesn't
Yep.
matter. Everybody can play, and everybody can play at a good level.
There you go.
Get out there, get a paddle, come see us, come follow us, like, share, repeat. We
go.
got you, you got us, we've got you.
Yo, Eddie and Webby, y'all the man. Y'all are
Absolutely.
the men.
And you know what's going to happen
Right.
this whole weekend. We're going to be covering this.
Just
Let's
blowing
do
it up. Blowing
But
it
honestly,
up.
I think what we learned tonight is that Webby and I need to start off the show and then just walk away. Just walk away.
No,
Yeah.
Eddie and
You know what
Webby.
the best hashtag of the weekend's going to be?
What is that?
Dinkers love bangers.
Dinkers
Yeah.
love bangers.
What if I'm a dinker and a banger?
Ooh, we got some sexy
Or I got
action.
somebody who could fit.
Well, then you play both sides. We got a prison next door.
Oh, a prison? Whoa. What are you talking about?
It's this conversation going.
Yeah. I don't want to go to prison. But
Okay, this could go all night, but thank
All
you. Thank you again, Eddie and Webby.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you and good night.
You.
Thank you guys for coming on. Seriously,
No,
you're
seriously,
awesome.
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been so cool. I'm gonna come over and join.
Yeah, come on
next
over
to
here,
you.
man. Yeah.
Come on over here and we'll
So-
peaceout.com.
We have a friend over here. I don't. Does he want to join us now or some other time? You want to join us? All right. Why don't we do a? Well, they're trying to kick us out of Perrin here, but we have.
We're gonna close the place out.
Yeah, we have our friend here. Go ahead and throw those headphones on so you can hear your audio there. And but most everybody knows you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the pickleball world?
Hey, this is Byron Freso, pickleball referee, certified pickleball referee, trainer, and everything guy for pickleball.
Entertainer too. I know you like to sing during some timeouts and.
Well, sometimes I do sing the national anthems.
Yeah.
I've sung it at the nationals. I sung it at several tournaments at the national senior games. So
Nice.
I get around in terms of singing. But also, my wife and I travel around the country via our RV.
Yeah.
And we go from tournament to tournament. Right now, we are on I would say probably about a 12-city tour. We started in Arizona, went across the country to the U.S. Open, then went up to Atlanta for the Atlanta Open. And from Atlanta, we went across the country to Albuquerque. We left Arizona
Right,
to Atlanta, to Florida, to Atlanta, back to Albuquerque. And we flew to Boston for the Atlantic Regionals. Went up there to manage the referees. Most of what I'm doing, I manage the referees at these tournaments. I'm like the head ref / referee coordinator. And so from here, we head down to Chicago. I'm doing the same thing at the Chicago Open.
All right.
In Pittsburgh, we're going to be refereeing in Pittsburgh. And so Chicago after here in Grand Rapids, then on to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, then down to Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
Then across to Texas for the Texas Open. From Texas, we're going to be flying to California for the Western Regionals. And then going across for the Las Vegas Open, then fly back to Texas. And from Texas, we drive up to St. George, Utah.
Okay.
For the
Wow.
Huntsman and Fall Brawl. Somewhere in there, I think we're doing the Las Vegas Open too. I can't remember the
Man,
exact
that's
days.
quite a schedule right there. That's awesome, though.
Oh yeah. But what I also wanted to talk to you guys about is in terms of professional pickleball. One of the things that I'm traveling around the country along with my wife is we're doing a lot of professional pickleball tournaments where we're instituting the referees into pickleball tournaments,
Yeah.
the professional pickleball tournaments. And pretty soon I'm going to be involved in an initiative where we're trying to bring together all the different professional tournaments out there, whether it's the Chicago Open, Texas Open, hopefully the U.S. Open, Tournament of Champions, SoCal, all these different tournaments, trying to put together an initiative where we can really bring it together and also have, hopefully where the USAPA can see this, to have a ranking system for the players. I know if you're aware of, there's a tour next year called that's under the auspices of the APP, the Association of Professional Pickleball. There's going to be a 6-city tour at a $25,000 purse per city, and then culminates in Punta Gorda at the Pickleplex.
Yep.
In Punta Gorda.
Nice.
That's the 7th one where it will be like the culmination of all the 6 tournaments, and the players going to get down there and really battle it out to see who is the best professional in this series of tournaments. These tournaments are going to be held in Chicago, Indianapolis, Nashville, Owensboro, Kentucky, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I'm missing one city off the top of my head.
How many total do you?
It's six
total.
Okay. But total is 7.
7. Okay.
But first 6 tournaments will be pretty much you're going to gain points from those tournaments, and then there's a culmination tournament in Punta Gorda, where you're pretty much going to crown the king of professional pickleball.
Yeah, right.
For this, but we want to expand it beyond just these 6 to 7 tournaments. The goal and the idea is to bring in some of the other professional tournaments around and really expand professional pickleball and grow it to somewhere in the line of tennis. All these professional tournaments in tennis where players will gain points from playing in the different tournaments. I was talking to a guy today who helped develop the algorithm for the USAPA's rating system.
Okay, yeah.
And see how we can develop a point system for these tournaments where it should not matter that if a player plays in the top 3 tournaments and one player plays in 6 tournaments, there should be a skewed algorithm that allows the points accumulated to even out the playing field. Because, say the number 1 player, we all know this player is the number 1 player, the best player in the country. But because he's only playing in 3 tournaments, and a player who is less skilled playing in 6 tournaments, it shouldn't be that player is seeded number 10.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
There's got to be a method in which the points are skewed in such a manner that allows the number 1 player to be really shown to be the number 1 player. Yeah, I think also, really and truly, and I hope that USAPA can get on board with this, really to develop a ranking system for professional players. I think, first of all, they've got to define a professional.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point.
What is a professional player? In my own personal view, a professional is someone who plays in a tournament and they earn money from playing in that tournament.
Yeah.
However, like the amateur golf and professional golf, an amateur golf player can play in a professional golf tournament, but they cannot, and they earn prize money, they cannot take the prize money or they lose their amateur status. I think the same thing should apply to pickleball. If you want to remain an amateur, so to speak, and you play in a professional tournament, any money you win, you cannot keep. You can donate it to charity, you can donate it back to the organization, something, but you cannot keep that money in order to maintain your non-professional status.
So in that case, though, what advantage would you have to staying amateur? Just that you can compete at a little bit less of a high level?
Well, it allows you to play, for example, right now in some tournaments, if you play in the Open Pro, you cannot play age.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Okay? But if you play a pro and you don't earn money, then you can go back and you can play age still. Because you're not a quote-unquote a pro. You compete at a pro level, but you're not a pro.
So pro means winning at a pro level, not competing at a pro level.
Right.
Okay.
Winning prize money.
Yeah.
And earning that prize money. Now, you can stretch it out a little further because you're going to have the argument is that once you play in a pro tournament, you are a pro player. Because maybe some tournaments pay 6 deep, some pay 10 deep, some only pay 3 deep. The fact that you might finish 12, does that mean that you're no longer a pro?
Yeah.
So the argument could be made that once you play in that tournament as a professional, you define yourself as a professional, you sign up as a professional, that's what you are. Okay?
Yeah.
And there should be some contractual agreement that says I am a professional player, and as such I should be deemed going forth a professional player, which means that I am not allowed now to play in an amateur, quote-unquote, age-related or skill-related tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get a definition around it because I do feel like it's a little bit of a loose term right now, right?
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like, there's this barrier that you can ride between it. So.
Yeah, because, you ask any quote-unquote pro player, am I a pro player? And some of them will give you the response, well, no, not really, because I haven't earned a dime yet in prize money.
Yeah.
Rob, don't look at me like that. And so therefore I'm not a pro.
Yeah.
But no, there's got to be, and here's one of the suggestions that I would like to make, is that there should be 2 tracks on the auspices of the USAPA. One track that says, okay, recreational/amateur play, and the other track should be a pro track. there are different guidelines, different rules that address the pro side of the house, as opposed to the amateur side. For example, racquetball. Racquetball has the IRT, and it also has the USAR. USAR is essentially the amateur side. The IRT is the professional side. So therefore, they have your WIRT, which is the women's professional players. They are defined, and they have an agreement that says we are professional racquetball players. The same thing should occur in pickleball. Have that agreement that you sign that says I'm a professional pickleball player. And so no longer should you compete at the amateur level. Because one of the problems that we have right now is a 5-0 player who does not wish to become a professional player. In many tournaments, they are forced to play at the pro level and compete against the pros because they are a 5-0.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the case. You know, if you are a 5-0, then you're a 5-0 as an amateur player, but not as a pro player.
But don't we see that on the opposite too, where you have somebody that probably has won, should be a pro player, and is playing not in the open? Have we seen that too?
That's very rare.
Is it rare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, most of the guys, I mean, Rob, you can counter this. You as a pro player, how do you feel about that? I hope I'm not using that term loosely with you. You know, and full disclosure with Rob, as you see, I wear the Onyx shirt here. I'm not trying to plug Onyx, but Rob is on the Onyx team also. And we have, as part of Onyx, we have a pro team, a group of pro players, and we have our recreational/amateur players. Okay? And those pro players, we know how we devise our contracts based on the expectations that they're playing at the pro level.
Yeah.
Therefore, there are revenue exchanges that go on with that player. Whereas an amateur player, essentially their contracts are a little different. We may pay for them their entry fees into a tournament. We may just provide clothing and paddles to them.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there's all different levels of sponsorship, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the world of pickleball is changing, and hopefully the governing body will catch up with the changes. And you know, I said to them 4 years ago that hopefully USAPA can manage pickleball, because it would end up like boxing, which I would hate to see happen. You know, boxing, you have the WBAO, WBA, WBC, all these governing organizations that think that they are the de facto standard, and their champions are the de facto champions for that given sport. And what I said 4 years ago is actually coming to fruition right now, because you've got several organizations springing up to run their own tournaments, whether it's the APP, whether it's the WPF. The U.S. Open is a little different. They are an independent organization, but essentially the numbers that they command in terms of entries, they can create their own organization if they so choose. I think they have opted not to become a separate organization, but they have made a decision that the affiliation with the USAPA would only be governed by the rules of the sport, but not necessarily by the terms and conditions that the USAPA would abide by for sanctioning. You know, because one of the requirements for the USAPA to be in a sanctioned tournament is to have all matches refereed. However, they have since modified that position and have what you call MMOs, medal match only tournaments.
And that seems like that's the majority of them I go to, are the MMOs.
And
would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's one of the ways in which the USAPA devised a way in order to get tournaments to be sanctioned and get players to be part of the organization. Some of them are still resisting because they feel that, quote-unquote, the USAPA is irrelevant, but I don't think they're irrelevant, because like any sport, you have to have a governing body.
Yeah.
And you have to have a body that says, okay, we are in charge, and we are in charge of the direction and the growth of this sport. We manage the rules. We manage how the play is conducted, how business in the organization, the sport is conducted. So many people hope that the pickleball gets to the Olympics. If you look at the Olympic sport, there is no sport that in the Olympics where there isn't a governing body. In addition to that, there is no sport in the Olympics where there isn't a referee or an umpire or someone to oversee the rules.
Always there,
Okay. So to say it's irrelevant to have a referee or anything like that, it's a fallacy in terms of taking the sport to the next level.
Yeah.
However, we have got to do a doggone good job in training referees, getting them up to speed so that players, when they get on the court, will feel confident enough to say that this referee knows what he or she is talking about, and don't feel like it's a waste of time having a referee because they can't make the call, they can't keep the score,
Right.
they don't know where we are supposed to be when you ask them a question.
Can I tell you real quick, too?
Sure.
So I played at a tournament here a few weeks ago, and I had a referee, and I'm so sorry if you're watching right now. I forgot your name. He was actually sitting right over there earlier today, and this guy was the nicest guy ever. And we record all of our matches when we're in tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always post them. He asked me after I posted it to share the full match with him because he wanted to evaluate all of his calls to
Right.
make sure that he called the game right.
Mhm.
And as soon as he said that, thank you so much for what you're doing for this sport. Thank you for not only volunteering your time, but also wanting to evaluate your performance as a referee out on the court. And I was blown away with that. And
Yeah.
to me, I was like, I wish there were thousands of him out there to be able to do that.
That is coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the USCPA is doing a very good job in terms of creating a product in terms of referees.
Yeah.
That will be one that players can look and say, well, man, that's fantastic. That was a doggone good referee. I appreciate that referee. That person really made me feel like I didn't need to worry about anything else other than playing my game. And,
Yeah, right.
you know, and any referee who's
Yep.
worth his salt will tell you that. You know, when they get out there, their job is to ensure that the players, just
Yep.
focus on what they do best, and that
Yeah.
is play.
Yep.
And not to have to worry about what's a rule interpretation. This guy did something and they don't know how to
Right.
rule on it.
They call it like it is. Yeah. Yeah.
And on the flip side, too, some players have got to recognize that referees are human.
Yep.
I mean, the NBA and the NFL and the MLB. We're getting there, sir.
I love it.
That's the crazy Grand Haven crew.
was totally necessary.
Yeah, completely necessary.
Yeah, made me lose my train of thought.
Byron, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure,
Just to
that's
maybe-
going to cost you $2.
Oh, jeez. You got that right, Michelle?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. For perhaps, like a 4-0 ref or a 4-5 ref, a referee, an aspiring referee who wants to maintain that level that you and I both would like to see, and we would all like to see. What would maybe be like 3 or so tips, that you would give to a referee who wants to hold himself to a higher standard?
Doesn't matter where you start or where you end with refereeing, you got to know the rules.
Yeah.
Know the rules.
It starts
Oh,
with
yeah.
knowing the rules, because that develops a sense of confidence within you that you can adjudicate any situation and apply the correct rule to that situation.
Give this guy
at
a
any
beat.
point.
That's some good stuff right
At any time. Secondly, it's not about you refereeing. It's not about your ego. It's about the players. And it's about giving the players the platform to operate at their will, at their level, and not to worry about how is a match. Boy, this is loving and
Yeah,
stuff.
it is. It's chaos, man.
All right, see you.
Yeah.
And so it takes a referee who's got the demeanor to stand out there and feel that they're going to manage this game. It's a management of the game, and allow the players to focus on what they do best.
Yep.
The third thing is being able to maintain some sort of control. There are times things are going to get out of hand. It's how you as a referee handle the situation, what type of confidence the players have in you that you may be wrong in applying the rule, but the fact that you handle it with confidence and you didn't waffle I
Yeah.
think, that will send a player in a tailspin and lose all cause you to lose all credibility. So those are things, maintain some sense of control, not be dictatorial, know the rules, and also maintain that the management of the game. Keep the game moving. Stay in rhythm with the players as a referee. I just to speak for myself, and I know many of the top certified referees out there. You see them out there, they are in charge. You know that they're in charge, but at the same time, they're not interfering. They're not interjecting themselves into the to the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're there purely as a make sure the rule, facilitator. But they own it.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I love it. Yeah.
Michelle, did you have a question
Yeah.
for Byron?
Yeah. Michelle was patiently raising her hand.
Sorry, I do have a question for Byron. So, when there is a pro match, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, when there is a pro match and there are lines judges who disagree with the call, and all 4 players disagree with the call, how do you handle that as the main ref of the match? Because if everyone disagree with the call, say that the call was in, but the ball was out, and even the opponents who made the shot that was called in was out, what would you say? What would you say to that, and how would you handle that situation?
Okay. If I understand you clearly, because you said something that was a little confusing initially to me.
Okay.
The line judges disagree with the call, and then the players disagree with the call. Here's the thing. You as a player.
Every single player on the court would disagree with the call that the line judges.
Okay, I'll address that subsequently.
Thank you, Michelle. That's your time.
A shot is hit. Say, for example, Michelle, you hit a shot, and you felt that your shot was in on the other side.
And so would the opponent.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That's your time.
And the line judges call the ball out. Okay? You disagree with it. Okay? And your opponent hasn't come into play yet. Okay? The line judges said out. Then you appeal to the referee. That's your next step. You appeal to the referee because you disagree with the line judge's call. Okay? Then you appeal to the referee would either say the ball was in or out if they saw it. Now, if the referee didn't see that ball land in...
Sorry, Michelle, that's your time.
No. But what if the opponents object to what was seen by the Lions call?
All right, let me get to that.
Okay.
I'm going through a kind of chronological order here. Now, supposedly that the line judge didn't see the ball and put his or her hands over her eyes. Okay? Didn't see the ball, can't make a call. Okay? You appeal to the referee. Did you see that? The referee says, I didn't see it. I can't make a call. Okay? Typically what the referee will go to is the next closest line judge and ask them if they saw the ball in or out. Okay? If that line judge says, sorry, I didn't see it, okay, then you poll the players. All 4 of them have got to agree that ball was out or that ball was in. And then the decision would be made based on the players all agreeing that that ball was good, and the referee will go with your call.
Good.
This is very interesting. This is this allows for a very delving hallway to walk down, as a matter of fact. I mean, if we want to go in that direction. Byron, would you mind if or did you?
Yeah, let me also add one other thing onto this, seeing that we've kind of segued into refereeing here. One of the things, as I talk about the referees knowing the rules, I think just as equally, players need to know the rules.
Oh, of course.
And here's why I say it. Oftentimes I'm refereeing a match, and a ball is hit past the player. Maybe both of them, they didn't really see the ball. And they start looking at each other. Did you see that? No, I didn't see it, man. Did you see that? No, I didn't see it. So I'm standing there as a referee. Well, guys, why don't you appeal to me? I saw it, but I can't say anything that.
And they should know the rules about the appeal process.
Right.
Yeah.
And they look at each other and say, well, Man, I didn't see it. Okay, referee, what happens? Well, if you can't make a rule on it, the ball is good. Exactly. But I, as a referee, I saw the ball out, but they didn't know that they could appeal to me as the referee.
Right.
On their own call.
That's a lack of knowledge of the rules.
Exactly. And so that sometimes I tell players, you can gain sometimes a point or two every match if you know the rules.
Byron, I have a question for you. How do you feel about players overruling the referees?
When the four players, when in the scenario that I just described, where it comes down to, at some point in time, let me back up. I always say if you have referees in a match, it's the referee's duty to ensure the calls are made correctly. However, like I said, we are all human, and sometimes we can make a mistake. And so therefore, if there's an agreement by the players and you as a referee know that you did not see the ball, so you can't make a call on it, I think it should be up to the players at that point if all four of them agree.
So you think there is a point when it should be up to the players?
Yes. However, let me point out a situation. I'm not going to call names, but I'll tell you the scenarios.
Oh, we remember.
Two different scenarios.
Fill in the blanks. We remember.
One occurred at Las Vegas and one occurred at Nationals.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember both of those very well.
Yep.
You go right ahead. We won't say any names.
So this opponent B hits the ball to opponent A court. The line judge said, out.
Yeah.
Okay. Opponent B who hit the ball said, no, the ball was good. Ref, did you see it? No, because it was a little dark that evening. And I said, no, did not see it. The line judge, I went and polled the line judge, and the next closest line, they all said, I saw the ball out. So now the player B says, well, why don't we check with the opponent? So they, without the referee's intervention, they check with the opponent. And the opponent said, well, why don't you give the ball to them? It might have been good. Just give them the point. As a referee, I said, no, I cannot do that. Because the line judge emphatically said it was out, and it's the line judge's call.
Right.
Whether he's right or wrong, it's his or her call. Okay?
Not the players.
Not the player. In this situation, come national, kind of the same teams, and it happened in reverse. And that player who had an opportunity to say, okay, the ball was really out, it should be their point, didn't own up to it. So afterwards I said, well, this is why when I mentioned it in Vegas that the players for this simple reason, because now when the tables are turned on you,
right,
for you to stand up and say, okay, no, you're not going to do it.
Right.
Because it's the match on the line. So that's why you cannot allow the players to just arbitrarily make the decisions on their own, because one time it might be in their favor, and when it's against them, they may not make the same, reciprocate that opinion with their opponent.
Yeah.
Okay. Good or bad, right or wrong.
We see it.
You put the referee in charge to make those calls.
Yep.
Then it's the referee's duty
Hey, Eddie,
to make those
can
calls.
I choose you on that before you take the... Yeah, cheers, my man. Hey,
Cheers,
thanks
yes.
for having us. Thank
Okay.
you for
Of
having
course.
us.
Yeah, thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
How awesome is this?
I want to add...
Yeah, go ahead, because they're putting up the section close sign behind us, so...
I want to add just this little thing and
like,
bring it back to you.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
In terms of reffing, because it's an important part of the game, so, I'm not going to neglect it. You know what I mean? And I enjoy reffing because it's important on many levels. For me, there's two things, two pieces of advice that I'd like to give to other fellow aspiring or what have you in terms of reffing.
Let's hear it.
The first one is, folks at home, take control early. Right? If you don't address it the first time you see it or right at the beginning, then it's going to become a problem later. You know what I mean? So if somebody's being kind of a hyena at the beginning of the game, hey, address it. Hey, that's not appropriate. That's not acceptable. Behavior in this match. So I'm going to let you know right now. And if it continues, I'm going to have to do something about it. You know what I mean? If you don't have that conversation, it's going to be a problem later. So take control of your match early. You are who is in control, and take control of that match early. You ref the match and make it an evenly fair match, right? So that's, one observation. I mean, I'm from Rochester, New York. There's plenty of hyenas up there, The mental warfare game up there is just nuclear. All right, so that's, one piece of advice there. And then the other one, which was given to me, which is really good advice in terms, from one referee to an aspiring myself. And it was actually your wife, Marcia, who I heard,
one of the best.
Yeah, one of the best, if not, was I heard her say that, I heard her give this advice to somebody else. Be able to forgive yourself, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I missed that, or I should have done this. And now it's harping on you for the whole rest of the match, kind of basically unfocusing you from the match. You know, just like pickleball, you can't let a mistake that you made in a past point affect the next points that are coming, right? So as a referee, I made a mistake. This is what it is. Move on. Be able to forgive yourself. That was the advice that I had heard her give to somebody else, which I thought was really good. My mistake, this is what it actually is. Play continues. You still have control. Even though you've made a mistake because you're human, you know what I mean? That doesn't change where you stand on who's in control. That doesn't change what level of control of this match you have. So maintain that control and continue to do the job well that you plan on doing there, So take control of the match early and be willing to forgive yourself. That's what I wanted to say.
Cool.
Yeah.
And just to wrap up my piece, to address that's part of the best practices of any certified ref.
Yeah.
Is to take ownership of your own mistakes. Referee error, I will replay this, or I will do this.
Right.
Marcia Freso is my favorite ref.
As it should be. As it should be.
Today's her birthday, right?
Absolutely. Today is her birthday.
Happy birthday to Marsha.
Yeah, we sang happy birthday to her earlier.
Is it with Maggie Rumenzi? That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, today's Maggie's birthday too?
Yeah, today's
I didn't-
Maggie's
Did you know
birthday.
that?
I did.
Oh, is that what
Happy
the birthday
birthday,
cake
Maggie.
was for?
Those why the two
Yeah,
cakes are
that's
there.
Maggie's birthday
Alright.
cake back there.
Nice.
Well, both of them. Because
two? Yeah.
Andrea called me and said, you want to get a cake? I said, yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
I'll take care of it.
Very
So
nice.
I think you had a chocolate and a vanilla cake out there. So, which one is which?
Yeah.
Hey.
I love it.
Guys, it's been really fun, man.
Seriously.
Thank you so much for having
Oh,
me.
No, thank
this
you
has
guys
been
for
a
being on.
blast.
This has been awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Byron, Rob, Michelle, you guys are awesome.
It's been so cool.
Thank you so
They're,
much.
they're like mopping and sweeping the floor, so I think we're actually getting kicked out.
We're
right
literally
as we
getting
speak.
kicked out of this. Yeah.
Hey, guys,
But
it's been a blast.
thank you.
Thanks
Been
for
awesome.
having me on.
Hey,
and
of course,
I
of course.
appreciate it.
And we're going to be broadcasting all weekend, so we'd love to have you on again, all of you guys.
We'll see.
Seriously.
yeah.
We'll see.
Come on.
A
We'll
lot
see.
of things I got to say.
Yeah.
see.
And thanks for doing the announcing during the match earlier today
Yeah.
against
My
Kyle.
pleasure,
that was
man.
awesome.
It
added such an extra element that made it so much more
Which one of
entertaining.
you guys was the mop handle and the mop? Which one was the mop and which
Hey,
was the mop
that doesn't matter.
handle?
It's not- it's not-
Mopping it up with you two.
That doesn't
man.
matter.
Come on.
That doesn't
The
matter.
question, who was the bug and who was the windshield?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good night.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thank
You guys. Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obi.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
You guys are
Thank
awesome.
you guys. Man, what an epic time that was. And if any of you actually watched that entire thing, then kudos to you. You were a true fan of pickleball, a true fan of Eddie and Webby. Everything. I love it. And I loved that episode.
You know what's funny, Webby, is I've closed down a few bars in my days, but that was a long time ago, and it was never because we were live streaming a pickleball podcast at a brewery in Grand Rapids. I mean, that's a first for me.
And what I think is hilarious is that at some point I left the podcast so I could go to the bathroom and get some food, and then I took over, and then you left the podcast, but it didn't even matter because it got hijacked by the pros anyway. So it was such an amazing, wild, super fun night.
I hope you guys enjoyed the chaos. I definitely enjoyed the chaos, just like I enjoy staying hydrated. Webby, what's your favorite way to stay hydrated?
So for me, it is with 2 bottles of water with some packets of Electrolyte Supreme fruit punch flavor dumped inside that bottle of water. I drink one of those before I play pickleball. I drink another one after I'm done of 2 or 3 hours worth of playing, and I am always in good shape afterwards.
That's right, and that's Electrolyte Supreme from Jigsaw Health. My favorite way to stay hydrated from Jigsaw Health products is from their pickleball cocktail. The blue raspberry flavor is amazing. It tastes like cotton candy. But in addition to that, I have a daily regimen of products from Jigsaw Health. The Mag SRT, the Adrenal Cocktail, and the Cod Liver Oil. And guys, at Jigsaw Health, it's fun to feel good. It's also fun to be able to save money. And so if you visit jigsawhealth.com and use coupon code PB4Life10, it's going to get you $10 off your order. So you're going to get $10 off some incredible products from a company that loves and supports pickleball. And in addition to that, you're going to help out our YouTube channel. And we appreciate it. Again, jigsawhealth.com. Use coupon code PB for life 10. And Webby, you looks like you're making little hearts and thumbs up going on over there. That's pretty cool. I wonder if I can do it. Nope, doesn't work on mine because I'm not on a Mac. Apparently, you got to be on a Mac to do that, right?
Yeah, and I just recently learned about that, so it's still fun to me.
That's fun.
It's fun to me. Feel good. No, I was going to try to make a parody song, but it wasn't going to work.
No, it didn't work. Good try, though. Guys, again, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of content out there. There's some great nuggets in there. It was a lot of fun. It was absolute chaos. We're going to continue to bring you more episodes of Just the Pickle, where we strip out anything non-pickleball related, like
the beer, like the technology, all that stuff is kaput. It's just the pickleball.
That's right. And if there's an episode you want us to bring back and give you just the pickle on, go ahead and throw it down in the comments below, because we hope you enjoy this format. We enjoy making it. It's great to be able to bring some of this incredible content from years ago to the surface, so that way people that are newer to the sport, they can experience all the greatness of pickleball from years ago when it was this innocent, wholesome sport. And I'm not saying it isn't anymore, but things have changed, and I feel like this kind of helps recapture what I consider to be the glory days of pickleball.
Things have definitely changed a lot, and when we originally did these episodes of the podcast, it was a different time, and in some ways, it was almost a better time, but the sport has come along nicely as well. So, yeah, it's just good and bad to everything that's going on.
It's all good. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.
Pickleball.